Hello, Twitch chat. Welcome to yet another fantastic day of Nova Cup games. This will be the August Grand Finals. Joining me on the cast, it's none other than Offma up in the top and XGod down at the bottom, wearing what I have to say is the most fabulous looking onesie I've seen in quite some time. XGod,
Thank you, thank
what
you,
is
thank you.
this? Tell me the story behind the onesie.
Well, it's actually a event to like an event. It's an event by the game Black Desert.
Uh huh.
It's where like a lot of players gather around and they meet up with like in-game staff and the devs. And this is like one of the prizes for being attending one of the attendant at the event.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. Really cool. Maybe we'll get Legion Lamb at some point in the future, and we can have Yazora hoodies and stuff like that. I know Schnerd's been after his Yazora body pillow for a while now, so we'll have to see about the merch there. But yeah. So, guy, the first semi-final we're going to be watching today is going to be Slot Machine. So that is, of course, Sagittarius and Fine. They are playing up against Abrasiat, so King Downs and Widderson. Now, we did see King and Widder just barely making it through the group stage yesterday. They did have to battle their way all the way through the lower bracket and then the last chance match. But they made it. They are here in the semis. It just might not be that straightforward for them because Sagittarius and Fine, they're both playing really, really well lately. Obviously, they came through their side of the bracket in first place. So I think this is going to be a tough match. Normally, of course, we'd say King Dans and Widderson, some of the best tournament players of all time, likely to be favoured. But this time around, I'm just not sure, guys. I think Saggy and Fine might have the edge here. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they've definitely been playing the game more. And I think I will say like King and Winter now have had 3 matches of practice, so
Yeah, that's all they need.
that's probably all the games that they played in the last month. So they're definitely more dangerous in the second day. But I think in the best of three, it's like anything can really happen. There's less time to recover from making mistakes, obviously. So we'll have to see, but yeah, I mean, I think definitely playing the game helps. So I would give small edge to Fine and Sagittarius,
Hmm.
but not that big of an edge, right? Like
Yeah,
Legion is always still Legion, so can always be impressed by Wither and King.
yeah.
Well, I personally I would give a bigger advantage to Slot Machine. Just had a sneak peek. Well, just like I went to King and Wither's profile, and it seems like they haven't played any pops in the past 30 days, or pretty much. And if I remember correctly, they also didn't play any pops before last month's Nova. So now it's been around maybe like 2 months they haven't played any pops. So, like, I mean, they're still very good players, of course, but not being up to date with the meta and how the different patches works might be what's the difference maker today.
Yeah, that's a really good point actually, because the last couple of patches have actually had some really big changes, right? Like the way that leak gold is calculated has changed quite a lot. The pack leader and mole now do completely different things to what they did a couple of months ago. All of the like tier ones, all of the AOE stuff, all behaves differently now. So yeah, like this is probably one of the most volatile periods in terms of balance and patches that we've had in a while. And then yeah, like you say, if King and Widderson just haven't been practicing so much lately, that's quite likely to disadvantage them. And yeah, obviously they're both extremely talented players, but talent can only take you so far because everyone at this stage of the competition is a very talented player. And if there's one side who's putting in the work and the other side who isn't, then I think you're right, Scott. I'm going to favour the side who has been grinding lately. So Sagittarius and Fine, my money's on them in this round. I think. I think it's going to be close. Like I don't think they're going to stomp by any means, and I wouldn't be surprised by a 2-1. But I would say Sagi and Fine have the edge. But we'll have to see. So let's see. We do have a lobby available. Nice.
Yep, get in there.
Hold on 1 second.
We do have an extra guest on the spectators list, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I had a chat with so Red Hoodie Man is going to be doing a Russian language stream. So if we have any Russian fans in the Twitch chat who prefer to listen in their native language, then hop over to Red Hoodie Man on Twitch and you can tune into the Russian version. But for English speakers, we are here on the LTD2 channel. Just a little technicality there in terms of the delay, and we should be able to get the tournament underway. All right. So, yeah, it sounds like a fairly unanimous caster bias then, let's say, towards Sagittarius and Fine. The two of you both seem to agree that practice is going to put those guys in good stead. But I'm curious to think, to hear, sorry, what you guys think about the latest meta changes. Often I know you've been grinding a lot yourself, so obviously you're going to have some strong opinions, right?
Yeah, I will have very strong opinions about TFT, but yeah, I'm kind of clueless. I've only basically watched the matches from yesterday, so I can't really say too much. It looks roughly the same. Like, I don't think I see anything crazy compared to last Nova, but I definitely saw some new tactics, like some walk-in Atom and whatnot, but we'll see if there's big changes that are revealed this time around.
Yeah, well, we are about to find out, guys, because it looks like the technical delay is over and the time for play is here. So we have game number 1 of this August Nova Cup semi-finals. We have Slot Machine on the left, Abrasiat on the right. Let's go!
YOLO.
YOLO.
It's a pretty good YOLO roll.
That's a really good YOLO roll. Holy moly. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a big YOLO spammer myself on the ladder, and I would be very happy to see a roll like that.
Yeah. And what is
Okay,
those
that's some
from
very interesting
Savage or-
mastermind option picks already.
Yeah.
I mean, Castle and Saboteur, it's I
An
don't, I
interesting
mean, I
combo.
don't know what's the synergy there, but
Yeah, I don't know if there was like a synergy in mind, or I think King was like, I want to play Castle, and Witterson was like, I want to play Saboteur.
Yeah,
This is
knowing
like
those
on
guys,
my-
it probably doesn't go beyond just what they feel like playing right now.
I
Yeah.
mean, Fine's YOLO roll, it's okay, but there's definitely some big weaknesses.
Yeah, but yeah, I think for sure. But I think he can get really strong early game, right? With
Yeah.
But
the-
that's, I mean, it's the downside of YOLO, right? You get so
Yeah.
much resources at beginning to.
He also has a
we have
massive
some
income lead.
very
right?
slow openers.
Oh wow, yeah. Sakura opener from here, and Widdowson going for a Grawl as well. He's going for the egg. So
Yeah.
very, very slow
Oh,
starts from
this
both members of
is-
Abrasiat.
Like, I know it's wave 1, but like, I'm already. Like, this is not a good opening pairing, like Egg and Sakura.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
when you're playing Castle and Sabo. So.
This
And then
Sakura
when your
has
opponents
nothing
are
for
both playing
7.
like really early game masterminds, so YOLO and Cash Out, we now have 5
Saji-
workers for both Fine and Saji versus 3 and
6
2
workers.
for King and Widder.
They are gonna be 6 workers.
Yeah.
Saji is cash out, so he has 6 workers. And
Oh, wow,
Fine
yeah.
is debating.
I think he got skipped on Wednesdays probably.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Makes
probably
sense.
just gonna play it safe. I mean, he has really broken units, obviously. But
Yeah. That's huge, but that also pretty much means that Widdowson has no hope of keeping his egg alive, right? So surely he just pushes workers.
yeah, he will.
Well, that's the thing. I don't
mean-
know if he realized that they nerfed the egg. So if he does realize that the egg has been nerfed, he's gonna push.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't, then he's gonna try to keep it.
He's on 3 workers already.
On,
So-
on paper, he has really good units to hold an egg on 3, right? Like he has the seedling, he has the gargoyle. He's not pushing. Okay, he's going to stay
Yeah.
on 3.
He's gonna try with the
And
gargoyles. I
that
would
egg is
imagine.
gonna break.
Yeah, there's a robo coming out. So Sagittarius is not leaving this to chance. He's going for the full send.
Wow,
Actually, a Chloropixie here from Widdowson.
maybe.
Yeah,
I mean, it needs to be like perfect positioning, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Well-
I feel like the best chance would be like 1 Garg here and a bunch of pixies, but even this
Yeah.
is...
let's see.
Well, let's see. 60 Mythium walks into Widdowson's lane. The Pixie is
pretty
tanking
good
4. And it's very quickly killing the things over on the left, but I think that egg is just losing too much HP too quickly.
It's hard
Yeah,
to
or
tell. Yeah, no.
I mean, it's close. It's really close, but no, it does go down. So
it's pretty
Widdowson
good.
staying on 3 workers, and his pixie doesn't even die. So he loses the egg. He doesn't gain the 5 Mythium. That's the worst of both worlds there for Widdowson.
Yeah, I mean he does get the Robo Gold, so it's not all bad, but yeah, it's not ideal.
Yeah.
I mean, Fine and Sagi's been sitting on 8 workers since wave 3, so.
Yeah,
Sagi actually going for the Cage of Pain upgrade here, which
Yeah.
is it's a bit interesting, right? Because I mean it's amazing on wave 4. Like this unit basically solos wave 4, but it's so bad on wave 5 and 6.
yeah. It's I mean he has the Pilgrim for 5, and then for 6, well, he'll have to do some work there, maybe with some Windhawks, but
Yeah. All right. Looks like all 4 players just playing quite income heavy right now. However, I have to say that an income heavy game, for now at least, looks like it's massively in favour of Slot Machine, right? They have the worker lead, you know, both players have a 1 worker advantage. They have a huge income lead, actually. Nearly 20 extra income there on Fine.
Yeah.
yeah. For some reason the power score loves King Dance, but probably just the Sakura value, right?
It's just a
Sakura and Castle gets like a little bump as well in the power score.
Yeah. And what is he gonna do about Wave 7? Because right now I see 0 units in his role that are good there.
Yeah, I have a feeling that what he's going to do on Wave 7 is just leak quite badly.
Yeah, that might be the solution.
He's got the Aqua, but I mean, that's another thing
Yeah.
that maybe is brand new in the patch, right? Like the Fire Elemental used to be amazing on Wave 7, now it does full magic damage. So Fire Elemental is actually much weaker on 7 than it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you can go for the Rogue Wave, which is like,
He's gonna reroll here.
or just
Yeah.
like this.
I think he put down a second Aqua and then
Hit the
went
reroll
to his
button.
reroll, so
Yeah.
hopefully he finds something, or else, yeah, I mean, Fine is saving on him with 9 workers.
Widdowson was looking quite bad on 7, but now he drops the Elite Archer here on 6,
Yeah.
and obviously that unit's very, very strong on 7. I don't know if it'll be enough though, because the rest of his units
mean,
are
yeah.
super bad.
He's gonna have the Green Devil maybe, or some Wild Shrooms, so
Yeah.
we'll have something at least. But yeah, it's gonna be a pretty big send.
So I'm
Like
just
double brute
assume
maybe
it's
for
gonna
both
be
of them.
double, yeah, double brute for both. Because they don't reach 160 for sure. So it's gonna be a 120 pre-income.
Oh, looks like a very long
yeah.
wave here. Sagittarius is going for a pro leak, just leaking 2 creeps against the snail spam here from Kingdowns, and that creates a very long wave 6, so plenty of extra time for Mythium generation, and both of them around the 140 mark already. King and Widdowson
Yeah.
might be in trouble here on wave 7.
It's almost triple brute for Fine into King Dance.
Yeah.
Oh, they save!
skip?
Holy
Wow.
moly! This wave 8 is
What do
looking
they-
very
what do they
dangerous.
smell? I mean, King actually had nothing.
Yeah.
But I mean, he might also. I mean, he'll do better on 8 for sure. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't understand the skip here, but okay.
yeah, I mean, it seems kind of pointless, right? You have such a big lead already, and Widdowson even goes for a Robo here to check. I mean, it is Tantrum Mass, but it's also 0 Arcane besides 1 Blob.
Yeah.
I mean, if this leaks, it's pretty bad. If it's like a reasonable leak.
And this is what I was mentioning earlier, like Fire Elemental being full magic, and maybe King Dance doesn't. Okay, there we go. That's a leak.
Yeah. Quite
It's
a
not
decent
too
leak,
bad,
actually. I'm surprised
but-
Fine leaked that much. I mean, everything's on 1 HP, right? So he was 1
Yeah.
or 2 mask attacks from clearing nearly everything.
Yeah, I guess I feel like if you just send, you always hold here, and then you're getting some leak gold and pushing your advantage even harder. But
Yeah. Oh, having said that, they're both on like Ghost Knight
they
territory.
do have GK territory.
Yeah.
Well, also or Pack Hermit territory,
Pack
which
Hermit's
might be
pretty
better,
good too.
honestly. And Ogre
And
Boger.
Ogre there. Ogre Robo from Sagi. Okay, so these sends are pretty huge here on wave 8.
Yeah.
Both players going to be
Like,
around
afterward.
100 under value, which honestly is not that crazy.
I mean, King has 1k value on wave 8, but it kind of feels like he'll leak.
It just has to work. If it doesn't work, then the slot machine they're gonna be behind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
why I don't like the wave 7 skip.
one advantage is that Witterson cannot do king ups, so it's a bit unlucky when you're getting saved on like this.
Both members over 1,000 value for wave 8 though, so pretty impressive. But 280 Mythium walks into their lane. Will the value turn out to be enough? The pack leader is still alive. I don't even know if he's got enough juice there to kill it. He does,
Okay.
just barely. Still an 86% leak from Kingdans and Witterson. He cannot kill this ogre. Oh no! That is absolutely devastating. The 8% HP Ogre, 122% leak there for Witterson. This is huge. Abrasiat about to lose a ton of King HP here on Wave 8.
Yeah, that's rough for sure.
But also the gold, it's just so much gold swing.
Yeah. So much, but they're down to 30% HP, guys. That was an enormous swing there.
I'm gonna try a resend here. I mean, it kind of makes sense looking at these boards.
Yeah, it kind of does, but I just don't know if it's because they were already at like the 1k value without building
Yeah.
anything.
+1 is kind of a. I don't think I've ever seen like a recommended value like that.
Yeah.
I feel like it could work. It's gonna be a Hermit Unbrute.
Yeah,
Hermit
I mean, there's literally no units besides the Aqua and the Sakura, and the Sakura isn't tanking.
He didn't build anything though, right? I mean, of course,
Yeah.
he was already over 1,000 value, but all of the value that he does have is really weak on Wave 9. So quite a smart resend there coming out from Fine. Looks like it is going to catch Kingdans unaware, and back-to-back really punishing leaks. Another
Wait,
63%.
that could be over, right?
They almost-
This could be over.
They may
almost
just be
died.
dead, yeah. He's going to kill the Robo at least, but not much else. Uh-oh. This might be the fastest Nova Cup defeat that we've seen this month,
know.
at least. Obviously, XGod has the record overall.
This is gonna be close, I think. They might live, but it's gonna be really close.
Yeah. They don't have many, like, offensive king upgrades. They have a lot of regen.
Oh god.
This is
Uh-oh.
over.
Wow! Okay, guys, there we have it. Slot Machine coming out swinging here in the semi-finals, taking a game off Abrasiat on Wave 9. So very, very aggressive, very, very, well, spicy gameplay, I think it's fair to say. What do you think about that one, guys?
Yeah, it was surprising. I definitely didn't see that one coming. Like I thought, like 8 Sen into, and then we'll see the longer save into a kill. But
Yeah.
resend to kill works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great call from
I-
those guys.
I want to mention that this is a lot of like what happened on wave 8 is basically the result of what happened in the first 3 waves, which is them going X and Sakura open, which has
Yeah.
obviously been not a. I mean, Egg has been nerfed and Sakura is not a good opener anymore, and I feel like their decision to do that is a result. It's direct result of them not being completely up to date with the patch and meta. So.
Yeah, definitely. And not only is it two very, very slow openers, but both openers that are very, very weak on magic waves, right? So when
Yeah,
you have a Hydra and a Sakura, that wave 7 and 8 back to back is a very, very weak point. And Sagittarius and Fine obviously absolutely knew how to exploit that. Destroyed them on wave 8, took 70% of their king HP, right? But that wasn't enough, so they just carried on pushing, full resend on 9. Witterson and King thought they were being smart by pushing a few workers, but no, they got absolutely demolished there. So with a quick 1-2 punch, wave 8, wave 9, they are dead. So we'll have to see. I mean, remember, it's a best of 3, guys, so Kingdans and Witterson are not out yet. But you never want to be 1-0 down quite so early on, I think. It's a tough one.
Yeah. The other thing is that when you're that weak on 7 and 8, it kind of forces you into building units that are only good on 7 and 8, in this case Archers and Aquas, which are extremely bad on wave 9.
Yeah.
So it kind of opens you to like multiple waves of weaknesses, if you wanna put it that way.
Yeah, for sure. And like it's still, and the thing is, like, they have to push, or else, like, they can't really play.
Yeah.
Especially if they get long save from there. And then if they do push, and they're just dead.
But what's your other option? Just not push and then fall behind economically instead. I think they were just in a
there's no way out.
they were in a very weak position already, essentially after that wave 8. So some very smart play there from Fine and Saji, and we will have to see, guys, because here we go with game number 2. So will Abrasiat be able to bring the series back into a tie, or will Slot Machine just go for a very quick, fast and aggressive 2-0 here? Let's find out.
I have Lock and Random and Stash this time. And King goes for the Lock and Random instead of the Castle. It's not a terrible roll, but it's not that great either.
Yeah, I'm surprised he goes for the Archer Guard instead of the Maiden Guard.
I think he's going to reroll. So Witterson, after picking Saboteur and not doing any camps, he's going to pick Kingsguard and probably do all the camps.
Yeah, he's learned his lesson after game 1. Witterson actually has a really nice roll there. So like Nightmare into Oathbreaker, fantastic start. He's got the Pilgrim for 5. He's got, it's just super consistent early game roll all the way up until around, I don't know, like wave 13, maybe the first time he has any obvious weakness. And then for that, he has options with like the Aziria, Doomsday, stuff like that. So I really like Witterson's role this time around.
Yeah, I think it's solid for sure. And King did at least find some 13 damage with Avengers, so it's not
Has he
hopeless
already
for him.
rerolled? That's
I think
after
so.
the reroll. Okay, yeah.
So Witterson picking
Does-
Kingsguard and then sending a snail. How do you feel about that
Yeah.
one, guys?
That's not the best strategy, I think.
And when it's a snail that doesn't leak your guy as well, it's even worse.
Yeah, and that's easy 6 workers with the Lock and Random.
Yep.
And the Whirly Bird.
He can still afford to add, right? Yeah, he can. So he can still
Yeah.
get the split even
Yeah.
with 6 workers. That's really good.
Thanks to the snail.
Yeah. I mean, Witterson could go for a snail resend here, which would leak fine, but barely. Like when you get to add the extra tier 1, it's like a, I don't know, 25% leak, something like that.
Yeah. I think he snailed because he wanted to get 5 workers with Nightmare. Like,
Yeah, it makes
optimistically.
sense. It makes sense. Like you just kind of flip a coin. If it works, you get the
Oh,
5th
and-
worker. He does snail here. Okay.
So it is-
It's
it
like
is-
33%.
Yeah. I think it's slightly worse now, right?
Oh, with this one tanking,
Yeah,
you
probably.
kind of need it alive to get the threshold on the creep.
Well, it
lives.
alive.
Okay, that's
At
perfect.
least.
Doesn't he just hold then? No, still no. Okay.
Not quite.
Oh,
25.
25,
Yeah, that's pretty good. But he's 7 workers now.
Crazy.
He almost got to 60 in income, which would have been pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But in any case, it's still really good for him.
Well, Kingdan's, of course, very strong here on wave 3, so Fine not really trying for leaks here. But if he ends up holding this nearly 40 Mythium post income, he's actually posing a fairly decent threat against Kingdan's on wave 4 as well, right? Where the Trinity Archer is normally pretty strong, but if you can send 80 there or something, then all of a sudden it's not so strong anymore.
Yeah, and I think he would be able to get to like 4 snails pretty comfortably.
Yeah. So if Kingdan's does go for 7 workers here, which he does, then he could be punished. And Fine does have all of those snails shift-clicked already.
Yeah. And King kind of has awkward bolt, right? He can only... Oh, he goes 8 workers.
Oh, he's going to get punished big time here by Fine, I think. Oh, especially with
That
this
is
long wave here from Sagittarius. A nice pro leak against the double snail. Yeah, this could actually be quite dangerous now for Kingdowns. He is going for Brute, though, and so is Witterson. This could be interesting, because now Slot Machine might end up getting quite punished as well. Although Sagittarius, he's on very high value there, 340. Does not have the 5th stack on the cat, however. He's actually going for a Chloropixie instead.
Pretty good at killing Brute, but it's obviously not the best unit on 4.
Yeah. And Fine does not add another snail post-income, so he wasn't expecting this 8th worker here from Kingdance. I think, well, King actually has a couple of masks, but even so, he may leak against the snails. Meanwhile, though, I really want to see how these brutes are doing. I mean, Fine seems to be performing very well. Kingdance does leak 67 to the snail, Saggy leaks 69, and Fine actually matching 69% leaks. And with 2 full HP brutes, Slot Machine, I mean, we had the early game aggression last time around. This time, Abracea coming back swinging, it seems.
Yeah, the Pro League on 3 actually ended up costing them, and King's kind of Sui push Ray workers ended up paying off.
Yeah, especially with Widdowson holding his lane, right? So there's no King damage dealt against the side of Abracea, despite the fact that Kingdance leaked half the wave there against some snails.
Yeah, now King, I mean, okay, he sells to get the antler out. I was wondering what his plan was, because it's kind of awkward for him with his gold before.
That's how much gold loss is that? Like 30? No, more like 20.
2 masks gone? Yeah, it's like 20.
Yeah, 20. Yeah.
But Big Send probably coming on, I don't know. Could be 6, could be 7.
6 looks quite promising. Obviously the antler's very good there, but the rest of Kingdance's board is super weak. And Widdowson doesn't look great there either if he can't afford something like a Final Form Oathbreaker, which I don't think he can.
Yeah, I don't think he'll get it. And Double Brute is coming. I mean, they're going to go Income King to try and match, I would assume.
But Sagittarius, he has Double Brute in income as well. I don't think they're going to reach anything big post-income, so it might just be like a snail to join. Kingdance is going for a brute as well, so not just taking this one lying down, although I have to say Sagittarius is looking really quite strong here on wave 6.
Yeah. It doesn't actually have any good types, but the tree is pretty tanky, and then obviously the Gate Guard is great. And King maybe? I don't know if that's better than a Green Devil, but maybe just playing optimistically in case it's a skip because he has an antler already.
I mean, Graal is like perfectly typed for wave 6, right? It's impact damage, it's natural armor, but the thing with Graal is all of its like power budget is in that cell ability. So it doesn't really have very good HP or damage for the gold. So we see here Kingdance is going to be leaking a lot. I don't think he gets even one more. He does not. That's 82% there. Widdowson is doing better, but even so, this is a pretty bad leak from him. 49, and sure, Sagittarius leaks as well, but Fine... Oh, wait, Fine, is he holding? He is not. He leaks a very low HP Cannoneer. But this trade definitely in favour of Slot Machine. They're now going to shave a decent chunk of King HP off of Abraceit.
I think it's better. It's better for Abraceit than the wave 4 was bad for Fine and Sagittarius.
Yeah, for sure, because they also got matching leaks and a bit of King damage, right? But this game is looking super close right now, guys. Like, there is a slight King HP advantage there for Abraceit. They're a little bit further ahead, but there's very little between these two teams right now.
Yeah. I think I like Widdowson's spot the most. I feel like he came out of those trades the best. Like holding on 4, holding better on 6, getting good income in, and yeah, I mean they're also going for a save now as well. Probably just gonna send on 8 though.
I mean 8 looks pretty good. Yeah. Like, I mean, sure, Fine has this Elite Archer, but if he can't afford to upgrade that to a Trinity, he's still very vulnerable to something like a Pack Leader, which Widdowson can definitely afford here.
I think he shifted, so he's gonna have both. He shifted, like, maybe...
Oh yeah, maybe for Doomsday? Yeah, he's very close to Doomsday, it looks like.
Okay. I mean, he just goes for the Trinity Archer in that case, right?
Yeah.
Surely. Yeah, 271? Perfect.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. So that's
like,
very hard to break.
This won't do anything. This will just die.
Yeah, I think if he holds this, he's gonna be close to burning.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Sagittarius, I mean, he's 100 value less than Fine with less ideal units, so I do expect Sagittarius to leak. And I expect Widdowson to leak as well, actually, even with the Priestess here. But the lane I'm most interested in here is Fine. He receives a 200 Mythium send here. However, Trinity Archer absolutely broken on wave 8. You see it just slicing through the wave like a knife through butter.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's no way
it's
this
just
is
easy. He
possible.
still has half of his value left alive. It's not even remotely close. Sanji does leak 50% to those brutes. Widdowson leaks even more to the robo spam. But yeah, Fine is going to be in a very comfortable position after this.
Yeah, I mean, it's impossible to know, but like Witterson kind of had to go for the like income there in retrospect, but
Yeah.
it's a tough
Or
call
go
because you
for
want to
9.
send.
I think,
Yeah, or skip, yeah. But he was overpushed, right? Like, I think if
yeah.
he doesn't send, he probably leaks.
Yeah.
Like in a game where everyone is super fat, like you kind of have to expect them to get a tier 4 upgrade on wave 8. Like
Mhm.
if they're already showing Archer.
You can start to see it though. Widdowson is struggling now. He's down at the bottom of the power score. He did just leak 60 odd percent there on 8, but the real damaging part is that he went for a full send against Fine, who just holds completely. So Widdowson's lost out on that income. He's lost out on holding his own lane, of course, and he's just falling further and further behind. Meanwhile, Fine, after holding that, he's on 17 workers. He's right at the top of the power score. He's in a very comfortable position.
Yeah, for sure.
King Dans is doing what he can to keep up. He's up to 17 workers himself. Of course, Fine now making that gap even further, going up to 19. He's just in. He's absolutely flying now. Is Fine. Polska Garom, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, I think probably, I mean, his only weak wave coming up is 15, basically. So
Mhm.
15, 18, his only bad spots.
And Widdowson, it seems like he's just playing scared now. Like I really liked the Azeria upgrade here because I mean
Yeah.
you're not really scared about a leak on 10 after you've just been receiving Lithium on 8 and 9. But he does go for the Doppelganger. I mean, Doppelganger, fantastic unit on wave 10, don't get me wrong, but it's very, very weak on 11.
11, 13, I mean... Like I saw him upgrading the Azeria, then he regretted. He went back
Yeah.
to the double.
I think he's just playing scared, and it shows. Like
A little bit.
he's at the bottom of the power score, and Fine now he's right up at the top. And like you said, X-God, he is on fire.
They are going for like long save into 13. I mean, Fine does have actually really insane units there because he'll probably get the Doomsday out, and he already has like this Linus circle working.
Yeah.
I mean, Sagittarius is kind of dead there. Like he has not much.
I'm surprised he goes for spread the wealth instead of Titan.
I mean, I
Yeah,
can kind of see it, right? Like Fine is just in an absolute carry position right now, so why not just help your teammate out even more?
yeah, and they see the Robo Army, so it's pretty obvious, I think, for Fine to just. I mean, he can shift for the Doomsday and feel
But
pretty
they
safe.
they can also just do the funniest thing and full send 12 and undercut.
Yeah, it could work. I mean, Witter is super undervalued.
Yeah. They have very little
And-
Mythium though, like super low Mythium counts here.
Doesn't matter if you don't have enough value.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and that's
Widdowson
a
does
pro
pro
league.
leak here.
Like,
That
I don't know if you see this line, but this is something I would go for sure if I'm the one playing.
they do. Okay,
And they do, yeah.
they go for the full send. So we've got Pack Leader, we've got Brute, and Fine just auto sends. I don't mind that either, honestly, because King Dans is in a better value position. Although actually, if we look at his board now, and he's adding like Grawl, and he has that Avenger on the board. Well, actually, full send could have been really good.
He's trying to add a King Claw, but he's 3 gold short.
Well, you can sell a Green Devil, right? A Gargoyle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he will, yeah. So yeah, Fine, not going to shift. Does actually anticipate the 12 cent fully.
And Wither's just dead here, right?
Widow's going to leak
Yeah.
everything, yeah.
I mean, he can kill some stuff with the Doppel, probably, but
I mean, his Priestess is
Can't
going
be
down
too
like
much.
instantly. Oh wait, no, it's not. I spoke
No,
too soon.
perfect.
Okay.
the problem is his Doppel did have to, like,
Yeah.
take a run.
He is killing the pack leader though, so that's pretty good.
Or,
Or is he? Uh-oh. No, 94% leak. King Dan's,
Yeah.
meanwhile, I mean, he's down to his last couple of units just against the income send. He would definitely have leaked against a full send there from Fine.
I feel like if Fine does full send, they might just be GG here.
They might have just win here, yeah. There's very few king upgrades. And this is actually a bit of a weird decision path, right? Because Widdowson did choose the King's Guard this time around, and yet they have barely any king upgrades here on wave 13.
Yeah, I think that wave 8, like if he did have to decide to go for Income King there, it would have been very big. I mean, Fine might still be ahead, but not quite as much. And Sagittarius does have the stash, so he is way overvalued
Saggy
here.
is 200 overvalue. So
I mean, that's the power of stash for sure.
Yeah. Oh, he does use the
mean,
stash
also,
here. Okay, so good presence of
also
mind.
Wither slicked like the whole fucking wave on top,
Yeah,
so he got
it's a lot of gold. So no Doomsday for Fine, not quite enough money, but I mean,
The
even
sends
the
are
impact
pretty
damage
huge
small one is
though.
good.
Like we have 760 here
Oh, it's going
against
down.
Fine.
Or it's perfectly tanking. What a beast.
My god. What an absolute unit. I guess Fine's like his unit is just too weak here on 13, even though
Yeah.
he's pretty much on value. It's not enough. He leaks 100%. He feeds 100 gold shutdown. However, Sagittarius, he is full holding here, and Widdowson even leaks against the Dino meanwhile.
Yeah, this one is in a rough spot.
I mean, silver lining, the Sakura does die.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna go for a Giga Push 15 as their play, which, you know, makes sense because Sagittarius and Fine are really bad there, but it's not like King is super good there either. I mean, Widdowson does have some juice, but actually he's Chieftain buffing the Alpha Male and can't really buff his Priestess.
Yeah. Widdowson is a victim of Jules's savage chieftain targeting rework. He obviously wants to buff the Azeria, but he can't. No matter what he does, he can't. Thank you, Jules. Let me just pull up his mug there for the stream. My God, I would be tilted. And this might be a case where Widdowson just doesn't know, right? Like if he hasn't played since the patch, then he may just not have known that his buff is now going right instead of left.
He's not gonna realize. Now he's gonna realize.
Now he's gonna be like, wait, what?
Although, let's be honest, I don't think the win or loss of this game is coming down to where his chieftain buff is going right now.
I think Sagittarius has a plan for the Sui push.
King and Wither are like Sui pushing, and so it just comes down to whether Fine and Sagi realize what's going on.
Yeah, the thing is, I think they do know that 15 was the only play. I think they also just don't think it matters if they overbuild this much.
I mean, Sagittarius is going to be plus value even after this suicide push from Kingdoms, I think.
Yeah, Fine also shifted like 300 something gold, so
yeah.
I mean, he's under, but yeah, you're right. Sagittarius is just on value.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's on value with kind of bad units though. Like all of this stuff is dead value, I think. So we'll see. They might leak. I think it would probably be too much to hope for that they might lose here against this kind of undercut play from King and Widow, but they might leak. They might feed some gold.
Yeah. I mean, he decided not to go for the Tree of Life, which is not that good, and wave 15 already. And I think the cat stacks are better.
Finish the king up.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, there we go. They do. See, they're a good player. They're smart.
Yeah. And no Needler against Fine. Definitely helps, right? Like, he has infinite peewees.
Archer,
oh my god.
Perfect off tanking here with the gun. Meanwhile, in Fine's lane, his front line is going down. But he still has a full Doomsday. And Sagittarius, I mean, this gun was just absolutely incredible that this thing stayed alive. He is going to leak, but barely. It's a low HP boss and a shaman. The shutdown gold is kind of huge, though. But wait.
Dangerous.
The two bosses of Kingdans and Widdowson leaking to no send are quite healthy.
I mean, they live.
They live, but they're losing more HP than Slot Machine are against the full sends.
Yeah. I mean, this is maybe King's best wave.
Yeah.
He is getting
like
the Terminator send though.
Yeah, I mean the seven imps are pretty deadly here against King Dans, who does not have an imp slayer, it's fair to say. I mean, if this
Kind
guy
of,
here
but
gets full mana, he can slay the imps quite well, and so can the AoE from these things, honestly. But he doesn't have, like a flower or a pyro or something
yeah.
like that.
And Witterson just, I don't think he has enough troops. I mean, he's probably happy his chieftain is buffing an alpha male this wave.
True. Two doppelgangers with APS MPS buff is pretty serious. Let's
Yeah.
see if this Azeria stays alive. That could be
be alive.
important. It does tank a lot.
I think the problem with
Okay.
these two units is that his doppels have to run every fight,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
that's not ideal.
Yeah, Wooderson's actually getting
Wait,
completely
what's going on
overwhelmed.
here?
He's I thought he would do better than that. King Dan's, his Sovereign does die rather too quickly. This will be a
Oh,
leak from him.
honestly.
100% for King, 117 for
That's how they
Wooderson.
rolled.
And this has been a very quick series, guys. So Slot Machine with the back-to-back 2-0 victory over Abrasiat, meaning Slot Machine, they will be advancing to the grand finals. Abrasiat, unfortunately, their tournament journey does end here.
Yeah, I don't think they've dropped a game so far.
Today, no, but they got kind of handled yesterday by Einar and
No, no,
Barak.
I meant slot machine.
Ah, okay, yeah, of course, yeah, yeah. They we unfortunately didn't see their side of the bracket yesterday, so they, yeah, I guess they are completely undefeated actually, Fine and Seji, so looking very strong this month. We may still have the other side of the semi-finals going on, so let me just
No, I
check.
think
No,
it
no,
was
they
a
won.
quick
They won
2-0
2-0.
as well.
Ah, okay, so Drakir and Lucy. All right, very interesting stuff, guys. So actually, we do have the grand final already decided. It is going to be Drakir and FC Lucy facing off against Fine and Sagittarius after two very quick 2-0s in the semi-finals. In fact, I mean, we're only like half an hour into the tournament so far, guys. This may be one of the fastest months we've had in a while. Xgod down there
Crazy.
saying like what the fuss is about because of course he just ends his game on wave 5. But hopefully the grand finals at least will get to see more than 2 or 3 games. Remember that the grand finals will be a best of 5, but more's the point is that both of the teams advancing there have played extremely well so far. They've knocked out their respective semi opponents in 2-game fashion, so they're both clearly on good form. And yeah, that should be a pretty epic grand finals. What do you guys think about the way those games played out before we go to a break?
I feel like they just kind of got. I mean, the first game they didn't really have a chance. I think literally from wave one, like Exo had said, it was just not looking that good. And I think the second game, I mean, they had their opportunity, but they just made a couple mistakes. And I think again, Fine just played the early game better, like which is unusual to say that. But yeah, he was kind of just more ahead of everyone and snowballed it pretty well.
Yeah, and a lot of the decisions, I feel like it just really comes down to like once again being rusty and not being 100% up to date with the meta.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah.
One thing in game one that I noticed is that Wither had a split and the ogre lived on like 1 HP,
Yeah.
and I feel like a player that is more up to date with the meta would put like either kill the split or put something in the middle of the column. So whatever big sin they get, ogre or GK goes to the middle and gets killed first, and then
Yeah.
like that wouldn't happen. So it comes down to like little decisions like this, but at the end of the day, Legion, where at this level where everyone's really good, those decisions is what matter.
Yeah,
For sure.
100%. Well, I think that's a pretty fair rundown from you guys, so I don't have too much more to add to that, other than it's just really exciting, I think, to have these super fast and aggressive games played, like a Wave 9 kill, and yeah, both teams just pushing hard, sending lots of power mercenaries early. I think this kind of meta is a lot spicier and more fun to watch compared to some of the maybe more income-heavy metas that we've had of late. So, yep, great to see, makes for really fun viewing. And yeah, I'm super excited to see these grand finals. Two amazing teams going to be facing off there. Before we get to that, though, guys, we are going to have a quick 10-minute break for the players and the casters. So whatever you do, don't go anywhere because we will be right back with those grand finals. And seeing as we have XGod on the panel, I think the obvious choice of halftime music is going to be 4 Eyes on 5. So, guys, we will see you back here in a few minutes. And yeah, until then, goodbye. All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Apologies. Let me move XGod's banner. I kind of had that quite low down, just covering up most of your face. There we go. We'll lift that up for you. That's much better. But yes, XGod's banner aside, I think what everyone is really interested in is these grand finals games, which are coming right up between two absolutely incredible teams. So we are going to have Barnish Kieran, which is, of course, Drakir and FC Lucy, two all-round Nova champions. I think they've won probably even more Nova Cups than you have at this point, XGod, so that's quite an interesting one. Yeah, quite possibly, but only because you have been kind of chilling a bit lately, right? Obviously, otherwise you and Ashton would be right up there at the top. And they are playing against, of course, Fine and Sagittarius, who we have just seen demolishing their opponents there in the semi-finals. So two absolute titans of the game squaring off here in the best of 5 grand finals. It doesn't get any spicier than that. Tell me, guys, what do you two expect from this finals? Do you have a favourite? And more to the point, what sorts of gameplay do you expect from these teams?
I think I would probably give a small edge to Fine and Sagittarius again. I mean, they won their group stage match 2-0, and obviously they had a pretty convincing win in the semis. I mean, so I feel like they should feel pretty strong. I think both teams are pretty similarly strengthed. Like they both have players who can play really aggressive early game, and they both have plans with power marks in the games with not like super long saves, but just like really hard pushes into big early game power marks.
Yeah. I think it's a, I think it's a two very similarly matched teams. And if I were just watching the first series, I would definitely say Fine and Sagi are playing really good. But at the same time, we didn't get to see the other match, but Drakir and Lucy also 2-0 their opponents. So it's going to be an exciting grand final. Hope it goes to all the 5 games.
Yeah, absolutely. It is worth mentioning, I think, that Sagittarius and Fine, of course, did get the better of these guys yesterday in the group stage, because, of course, those guys finished in first place from their side of the bracket. So we'll have to see, will they be able to repeat that? Of course, a best of 5 is more difficult to win, right? I mean, there's more games, there's less room for variance and all the rest of it. So just because you won the best of 3 yesterday does not mean that you're going to win the best of 5 today, of course. But I completely agree. I think these two teams are on a very similar level in terms of skill. And I think when you go to a best of 5, it can just pretty much go either way. Now, we did have Drakir and Lucy winning the tournament last month. So, although I think, like my head, it's pretty much 50-50 between the teams, my heart says I want Fine and Sagi to win. Like, we need to share the love, you know, spread the wealth. Yeah, I guess you would call it in Legion spell terms. And I'd love to see Fine and Sagi taking the crown this time.
Yeah, I think another thing that could be fun to watch is just that Drak and Fine both will probably click yellow in one of the games. So if they're in the same game, it might just be a straight coin flip who is probably going to win that game, but
Yeah.
should be fun either way.
Yeah, actually, that's worth mentioning that now that Drakir is on the development team, I mean, we clearly saw it last month that he was fiddling with the YOLO rolls, right? Like, he gave himself hand-picked 6 units with YOLO, and then his opponent got absolute garbage with his YOLO roll. So, I mean, we'll have to see if Drakir is going to abuse his dev hacks again this time around, or if he wants to, you know, maybe not make it quite so obvious this month because he was clearly caught red-handed last time.
He's already got one championship out of it, you know?
Yeah. There's only so much like behind the scenes you can tinker with before players start getting a bit suspicious, I think. But we talked about like in the semi-finals, Widdowson and Kingdowns perhaps being a bit out of practice I think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
That certainly does not come into the equation now in the finals, right? Because Saji and Fine, they both play a ton. Drakir and Lucy, they both play a ton. I mean, Drakir is actually actively developing the game, so surely he's pretty up to scratch with all of the changes and such like that. So this is going to be 4 players, all at their peak, all at the very top of the Legion ladder, all at the very top of the tournament scene. And it's going to be one heck of a close series either way. So with that said, I think we should have a lobby available, and we do. So we are in there. We're just now waiting for Drakir.
Yeah. You gotta reset the hacks, you know?
Yeah. He's got to load up that developer dashboard, make sure he's got the scripts ready. But we'll see. So, yeah, I think I'm going to call it 3-2 in favour of Fine and Sagittarius, but that is absolutely my heart speaking rather than my head. What about you two?
Yeah, I think Fine and Sagittarius will win 3-1 is my prediction.
X?
I would say 3-2 Lucy and Drakir.
Okay, all right. So we've got a bit of a split decision here on the panel. So one of us is going to be right, either the top half of the screen or the bottom half of the screen. But we are outnumbering you 2-1, X-God. So I mean, if Caster's Curse has anything to say about it, that obviously means that X-God will be right. Also, of course, you have way more tournament experience than Offner and myself.
You know something about winning these Nova Cups.
Yeah. Honestly, guys, the smart money is agreeing with X-God rather than myself. But without any further ado, guys, the lobby is about to begin. So we have Fine and Sagittarius on the left, squaring off against Barnes Kieran on the right, and that does remind me to update the scoreboard, which I maybe should have done before we got into the game. But nobody's perfect, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
Pawn shop, savior, counterattack. Maybe a chaos from Lucy. No, Megamind Saboteur. YOLO cash out.
YOLO for Fine. Drakir hasn't picked yet, so this could be the YOLO face-off.
I mean, does he want? I mean,
it is the YOLO face-off.
Oh wow!
And Drakir has absolutely cheated with his YOLO roll. That is a phenomenal YOLO roll there from Drakir. I mean, it is maybe a little bit Pierce fortified heavy, but as a dedicated YOLO spammer myself, once again, I would be very happy with that. Fines is certainly not bad. Like the Archer and Oathbreaker is a really good start.
Yeah.
But I just think he doesn't quite have the same caliber of role there. It's certainly playable, but I think he has more obvious weaknesses than Drakir does.
Yeah, I mean he has. Yeah, it's tricky. He has a lot of pierce damage, and only Swift fortified, which is like okay, but like no real tank besides the Oathbreaker.
He's gonna be really good on 15 if the game gets there. That is.
Yeah. I think the problem with Fine's role is that he essentially has 2 dead units, right? Like, I don't really see him ever playing Banker in this game.
Yeah.
And then between the Nightmare and the Gun, you can only really play 1 because they don't help each other out. So yeah, he effectively has a 4-unit role, I think.
I mean, also Berserker and the Nightmare, they kind of are. I mean, they're not the same, but they're kind of the same.
Yeah, they're very similar. Like ramping melee Swift units.
Yeah.
And they're both open with Archer and Fist, and so.
Yeah, and Drac also joined the Archer train. And Lucy did go for a snail because of Saboteur, so not really a choice with what you get to do there. I mean, obviously you have the choice to save 1-1.
Oh, she went for the Megamind as well, right? So yeah, she didn't pick the Saboteur.
Yeah, I don't think this is really a Lucy pick, considering I feel like Lucy does like to do a lot of income king to mix it up. So probably a lot more full sends from her, or a lot more saves.
Or a lot more snails as well. Speaking of rolls, actually, I don't really love what Lucy has as a role there. I mean, she has triple arcane units, the Badger and the Doomsday. I mean, they do different roles, but they're the same types, so that's not ideal for your 2 most expensive units.
Only fortified natural is the Buzz.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the Buzz does not have a 3rd upgrade, so you're stuck with the Consort.
Yeah.
But there's that. I was gonna say there's always a reroll, but there's actually no reroll.
No, she's used it already. That's kind of what I
Yeah.
mean. Like, this is her final role, so she does have some fairly obvious weaknesses on waves like 16 and stuff like that. And Dragia's not amazing 16 either, so that could be a weak point for them if the game ends up going that far.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
finding
12,
Sagittarius.
16, kind of. I mean, even 8 is kind of sus. Just,
This is a full send,
like,
by the
what
way.
unit does Lucy have on for wave 8?
The Doomsday maybe, or the Warpoint upgrade could be. But yeah, no pierce damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got an APS. What do you mean?
Oh, of course. No.
Infinite pierce
NPS
damage,
on
dude.
8.
Lucy's chilling.
And 7 workers for Drakira, 7 workers for Sagittarius, but Fine actually choosing to stay lower workers.
Oh, he goes for the banker. I don't
Yeah.
like this choice at all. Like, when I said the banker was a dead unit in the role, I just don't think it fills anything that he needs, right? Like, I think you're just better off pushing a worker if you're going to go for this banker here.
I think it's not terrible because it gives him a little bit of single target to pair with it, and he can kind of use the HP, like on 5-6 if he can kite with it.
Probably needs it for 6, yeah.
Yeah, like I can see why he needs to build it. Also, probably because he just doesn't want to build 10 Oathbreakers as well. So it's kind of nice to have something different, but it's not ideal, to say the least.
Yeah.
And Sagittarius
If
already going
you
for a
don't-
save. Same with
you don't get a-
Lucy.
Yeah, if you don't get a big wig on 6, the other option is like Berserker, which is like also not that good.
Yeah. And everyone getting power mercs besides Sagittarius. Lucy, the nicest of them all.
Fine actually just shifted and got the bigwig here, though. So, I mean,
Yeah.
he's going to be absolutely fine. He's going to live up to his name here, I think. Sagittarius, by far the lowest value, getting away with murder because he's just receiving an income send. And if we hop
Yeah.
over Lucy, I mean, with the double warp wing, I think she's going to be absolutely fine. And
It was kind of tricky from Sagittarius. Like, he just showed the skeleton on 4, which really disincentivizes you to full send because
Yeah.
you don't really know what he did. And then he's like, I actually don't have anything. So the big wig is it a 1v9 versus the Brute in the wave? You would hope so.
Oh, Brew got
yeah,
sniped.
the bigwig's got this. Like,
Yeah.
it's close, but the
It's
bigwig's
kind of a
fine.
beast. But so is Lucy, so even though Drac does come out on the bad end of this trade, there's some hope. I definitely think small edge to finding Sagittarius from that trade. But now Lucy goes for a root of her own. But now Sagittarius does have the option of just getting the big oath if he wanted. Like, he does just have the skeleton on his board forever.
Another
Fine.
full send coming out from Lucy. Actually, it's another. Lucy was the one who income sent last wave, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, trying
Sagittarius.
to make up for it.
Yeah, trying to make up for it. But Sagittarius sniffed it coming. He's actually added a ton of value here.
But,
And
I mean, it's not like the best value. It's like a couple tier 1s, and he still has the skeleton on his board.
yeah.
Yeah.
But his damage is not too great. He's kind of getting overrun, I feel, but it's not too bad. I mean, the
Quite a
Sea Dragon
nice split
tanking
tank
is really
here.
nice.
But yeah, you're right. He is going to leak. Maybe kills
Wow.
one more.
Yeah, one more would be great.
Does kill one more. Okay,
Barely.
43%.
Really good aggro.
Yeah.
Then the licks will kill the banker.
That's a little unfortunate.
Oh no, yeah, of course the bigwig's super low HP. It is going to go down, so lost gold there.
Wave 6 getting their hands on the bigwigs rules.
Yeah.
But I think it's because Fine kind of mispositioned his units, so the archer and the archer's insta got killed, and the split also just died instantly, and the bigwig
Yeah.
was tanking the whole wave.
Maybe third column banker can like tank the split or something like that, but I mean, it's tricky, right?
Yeah, like this positioning is starting to get weird. I feel like because the split will wrap up to like the archer here. Then
Yeah.
like what is happening?
But
It's-
I mean, this is
you
kind of
gotta get
exactly
creative.
kind of exactly what I was expecting if you end up building a bigwig in this role, right? Because
Yeah.
you need the tank value. Like I really would have preferred just an Oathbreaker and a Berserker for 5. Like you're in such a better position than on wave 5 and 6 and 7, right?
Yeah, I think wave 9 could be interesting. I think we know that Fine will be good on wave 8 with the archers he's prepping, but I mean, he could go for the Big Oath next and then be really good on 9, so... But Drac does look like he wants to go for that longer save here.
Yeah.
And Lucy is taking advantage of it, pushed pretty aggressively. She's also quite weak on 9. I mean, we already talked about how she doesn't have natural fortify besides Buzz, so we'll have to come up with an answer there. I mean, maybe Drac's save is the answer, just kind of protecting her,
Keep
but
the pressure up, yeah. I mean, they do have a pretty significant worker lead, actually, on the side of Barnish Kieran.
and the gun here is not going to be the greatest. And he did dig his banker expecting the
Yeah.
send here, so pretty good read from
Unfortunate.
Drac. And now Fine will be in some trouble, right? He has a lot of pierce damage, ranged pierce damage invested on wave 9.
Yeah. And Drakir is going for the pack and the brute. There is a full send coming out from Fine and Saji as well, though.
Drac will have pretty good options here, like Violet, double Mudman. Well, probably one or the other.
Yeah, Violet is good.
Lucy-
Windhawk is good
Yeah.
tank value for the wave as well. I mean, he's also just on value, so that helps.
Yeah, that's not too bad. And Fine does get to pretty high value. I mean, he's 1200 value, right? And the Bigwig does do some damage here, so he may be able to do okay here. And we'll see if Sadri can... He's also got a Big Oath, a Canopy. I mean, Sagittarius War is actually really good here. He only has the single
Problem is
archer.
this unit is taking all the
Every
free
brute,
brutes, so
yeah.
like it won't do much.
It just
Well,
dies super quick, right? So
yeah.
it gets that like final form spell to
Setting
pop
up
off, but it just
maybe?
dies within seconds after that.
Yeah, and on the other side, Fine did pretty good. I mean, pack one creep Robo, and Sagittarius Canopy is staying alive forever, but just not quite enough.
Can Saji kill
I think
one
you're
more
right.
brute? He can. Okay. I mean, the leaks are pretty small considering the sends were
Same
huge.
side.
And Drakir and Lucy do leak as well. They have fewer King Ops as well. Honestly, I don't think this trade is particularly bad
too
for
bad.
Slot Machine. I think they're okay with this outcome.
Yeah, Fine got like a slight income lead from sending so much. Sending more income while Drac was going for long save, but Lucy is also higher worker because of that, and they're going for this resend.
Yeah,
Alright.
but if
Well-
you do remember is that the mole doesn't do what it does in the past.
That is
yeah.
true, yeah.
Well, I mean, Fine and Sagittarius, they are prepared for this. They have added
get-
quite a bit of value here.
Yeah, I mean, Fine is not really building for 10, right? He could go for the Zerker here. It would be a lot stronger, but kind of feels like 11 is a bigger problem for him.
Yeah.
And Mole Brute for one, and Mole Robo for the other.
There's also Savior available,
Oh.
by the way, so if they do end up losing a bit of HP here, they
That
could have a
is
very
not
high
good.
value Savior. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
I mean, the Oathbreaker is
I mean,
popping
is that
off.
good? Wait. Is
mean,
this good or no?
it's
It's
good
not
mole.
good, right?
It's not bad,
It's not
honestly.
bad. Yeah, honestly, I thought it was way worse, but the Oathbreaker actually did end up going final form. I
Yeah.
thought it was just gonna sit there and not do anything until everything was dead, but
Yeah, he soloed the mole, but like the gun died.
yeah, I don't actually know what's better because the Oathbreaker did get a lot of damage off.
But that's like more king damage. I guess they can
Yeah.
Savior.
They have Savior though, right?
It's a really
one
high value
advantage.
Savior if that's what they want to do, yeah.
Or a counterattack 12 looks like that. Well, that is not what you want to see when you're going for counterattack 12.
Yeah.
I think it wouldn't make a lot of sense, but Drac actually hasn't shown either of his broken 12 options. Like, he has the Haven, he has the Mudman. Question is, do they go for the Savior themselves? I could see one person taking Savior here for Drac and Lucy just to get full king, and the other going Pawn Shop.
Well, Drakir's already picked the pawn shop,
Yeah, he's already-
and
yeah, okay,
Lucy
they do
takes the
that.
Savior. Okay. Wow, Drakir just pawns a couple of Howlers,
Yeah.
and he has the full Haven here on 11, so...
That would be a nasty cut, but maybe they can go 13 now? I mean, Lucy is really good on 13 to be fair, but
I mean, Lucy
you're
is good on
going
13,
for
but Fine would easily be able to send double Ghost
yeah,
Knight at that point,
yeah,
so it's definitely an
could be
option.
an option.
I mean, Fine and Sagittarius are both pretty strong on 12 as well, so with this income
Yeah.
send here, they're definitely not under any pressure on 12 themselves, so 13 is absolutely an option.
You can see Lucy has insane value already. 200 income. And she went for didn't send all of her myth here because obviously she can't do king ups.
Yeah.
So it is 13. I think everyone sees that. So, I mean, Drac does have the option to delete his Haven. I don't know if he will because it's not like Haven is horrible.
Yeah, it's a lot of gold loss. Like,
Yeah.
even with Pawn Shop, which is 90% sell value, that's what, 70 gold lost on a Haven?
Yeah. And
Yeah, but this is pretty bad. I mean,
you
especially
can
with this
tank,
unit.
kind of.
But then, like, all the golems are gonna be like
Yeah,
200
like 1 HP, yeah.
Because like our AOE.
I think it's really going to be on Lucy, right? She, again, doesn't have that GK Slayer, but,
Yeah.
I mean...
I mean, they're
does
both just
have-
on really high value as well,
Yeah.
though. So, I don't know, man. Like, they're going to be around the 2.4, 2.5k value on 13, which is crazy. They're going for a full send of their own, by
Yeah,
the
I
way. So,
like
Fine
that.
and Sagittarius not only need to leak their opponents, they need to be able to hold their own lanes, which
No
is...
double GK, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. No double GK into Doomsday already on board? That just
I
seems
think
like
the
an
thing
error.
is he feels like he won't do any... The wave won't do enough damage against the skeletons and the Void Manta delay.
Hmm.
So he feels like he has to rush them down. Obviously,
Like,
Lucy could play around double GK already.
kind
I
of
don't know.
makes sense, but at the same time, like, won't they just kill the whole wave in like
Yeah, it does kind of
one
just
shot?
one-shot the wave.
I feel like a
So we'll
mole would
see.
actually have been really good here instead of the brutes. Like if you just want time for the needler to ramp up its damage.
Could be, yeah. Let's see how everyone does. Obviously, Drac is also getting a big send here with the 4-eye. The 4-eye is on the right, not on the Haven to begin with, so that's not too bad.
It's slaying all of the violets though with that magic damage. So they go
He
down
does have
real
4
quick.
violets, and the Haven is
Oh.
was still alive. And he's
Yeah,
kind
goes
of
down now.
done
I mean,
an
he's doing
insane
very
job,
well.
right?
Sagittarius though, he's actually the
Hey.
first to leak with 92%.
Oh my god, the Doomsday was like half a second from killing this Needler.
Fine even leaks as well. Do they survive this on Slot Machine?
Ah, it's close, right? Pack leader,
They
4
only
packs.
have 2 King
Yeah,
Attack.
it's-
I think they're dead. Yeah, they are.
Looks like they're dead. Wow.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Crazy
stuff.
opener.
Well, there you have it. So Barnish Kieran taking the first game of the Grand Finals in style. That's the YOLO used by Drakir. That's Megamind used by Lucy. Fine and Sagittarius. I mean, the game was real close, right? Like, if I'm looking at this this graph, there's basically nothing in it for the first 10 waves, and then all of a sudden Drakir and Lucy just start to take a massive lead there post wave 11. So some pretty
Yeah, I think
interesting
they're-
stuff.
I think their early game plans just ended up going better. Like, sure, Drac got caught on 5, but Lucy's plan to income 5, hold the send, and then go for power mercs after that. And then Drac started saving on Fine after that, and Lucy's just able to push the moon.
Yeah, yeah.
And they do better on 9 on the trade. And I think Lucy mainly just got to sneak in some extra income while also leaking Sagittarius every time. So
And the wave 10 resend was just brutal, right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
they both stayed on value for that. So Fine was even plus value, and Sagittarius was basically on value himself. And they still leaked to the resends and lost another bunch
Yeah.
of King HP. Like I feel like that wave 10 really is where the game flipped on its head from being pretty even to being decently favoured on the side of Drakir and Lucy. So some really smart play from those guys. Maybe slightly unfortunate roll for Fine that didn't help.
Yeah.
But he had options, and again, I just really don't like the fact that he built that bigwig. I think it didn't really add anything to his build, made it lacking in melee units, and then, like, let's say he did build that Berserker on 5, right? Then he's not leaking on 6, he's able to cover his teammates' leak, and he's just already better placed for wave 10 as well, right? So, I don't know, I kind of feel like you can pilot that role a bit better, even though it's quite an awkward one. and maybe things could have gone differently. But we'll see. There's still 4 games potentially to be played, and maybe Fine gets a better YOLO roll next time, or just decides to go for a more reliable mastermind. We'll have to see.
Well, if I know
Yeah.
anything about Fine, he's gonna click it again.
He's not scared, man. But that's the thing with YOLO, right? Lightning never strikes twice, surely.
Surely. And I mean, very good start in terms of masterminds for Drac and Lucy, right? Megamind and YOLO probably the 2 highest variants that you can go for. And they got that out of the way, and now they can play their more standard solid masterminds.
Yep. Well, we are about to find out, guys, because game number 2 is here. The players are not messing about. Straight into the next game. We do have that 1-0 advantage for Barnish Kieran. Slot Machine, they need to win this one to bring the series back level, and exactly the way you said, Offmer, Fine has instantly clicked that YOLO, and I really like his role this time around. He's got really strong late game options with like the Atom Nekomata, and then he also has that late game potential with the Gate as well, and Magician on the cards.
Magician Anglers, here we go.
Yeah, I feel like Fine's role, like this is a role I would really like to play. I feel like.
Yeah, especially with YOLO, right? Because you can all these early game units with these amounts of gold, you can really kind of extend your lead.
Yeah, you get a cat on 3, you push the 6 worker, then you have
This is
later
also
you can build like an atom nucleus circle.
honestly everyone's role is looking pretty dangerous. Drac has the Poda Mask, of course. And
Of course, yeah.
Sagittarius has a really nice gun roll. Like, I think gun with the Howler is really nice. Gun with the Orchid is really nice. Even the chain works really well. So I think his spot looks really good to push heavy with.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Lucy's role is worse. But like she's
Yeah.
chaos. Like I don't see that. Like.
Yeah, Zerker not maybe the thing you want the most to open with as chaos, but it's solid, right? You can kind of mix in any unit with it.
It's very
And the
easy to
double
pivot around,
snail,
and it means you
not
don't need to
working.
worry about like 6 and 10, right?
Yeah. I guess they double snailed because they're both playing openers that could bin 5 workers with a leak.
Yeah, we see
This is
the
painful.
gold, right?
This is painful. That 49
Yeah.
gold is painful.
And
This
that's
is
why you need to
when
pick
you
Megamind.
disable- Exactly, you get a 50.
But they go for a king, or Lucy goes for a king up to make up for that, missing that on wave 1. Fine just king ups the Poda, knows that there's nothing you can really do against Poda anyways until wave 4, so
Just
pretty
let them have it.
reasonable line.
Yeah.
Yeah. See if anyone goes 6 workers besides Drac. I don't think they would. I mean, Sagittarius could, I guess, but it's pretty risky. And there's no need, because he can just build this wave and then go to the moon.
Well, Fine's already on 6 workers.
Oh yeah, he did. I didn't think he would, because he had the Angler, but it is that he did get king up, and he is that got the cat, right? Yeah.
Well, he's actually just a beast, so...
He is just a beast. And Sagittarius looking also very beastly here. Drac on 7 workers. Very nice.
Drakir is going for the full send here, so it looks like he... Oh, no, he won't get the snail post income, actually. He's close, but not quite. 1 lithium off.
Probably happy now that he sees that
Yeah, I mean,
Sagittarius actually 5
Sagittarius is
workers.
on really high value with the Infiltrator. Although his aggro is a bit scuffed. The Infiltrator's dying before the
Yeah.
gun even takes damage.
I think he did the chain positioning that's a lot better for later, but not that good on wave 3 and 4, because obviously your gun doesn't tank that much, but it's way better on 5 and 6, or to have it there.
And with 290 value, you probably don't need to greed your positioning too hard on 3 anyway.
Yeah, I think he's very happy. He has enough gold for the Howler here if he really wants to be safe, but there's no need. And Lucy kind of has the old school Zerker Serpent build. Not as good after, I think, they changed Serpent a bit, but I think still solid. But wave 5 could be an issue, and I think that's why they did go for the save, just to protect themselves a little bit.
And Drakir revealing the Priestess mask, so showing
Nice
he has
luck.
once again used the dev hacks in his favour. Fantastic emote usage there from the caster panel.
So
Yeah,
I
they
don't know
have
what they
some
want to
scary
do. They
Mithium.
could go. I mean, it looks like just income here. Wave 6 could be a better play if you're trying to actually get something, but I think I kind of like going income here and then maybe thinking about. Well, I was gonna say
Saving the rest?
7, but Sagittarius actually did opt to swap
Yeah.
his build. Like if he was invested fully into Howlers and Orchids, then the gun is actually really vulnerable on 7. But like this, he should be fine.
Interesting reroll there from Sagittarius, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, he's got rid of basically all of his melee units, has gone Catapult and Phoenix. That's, well,
Yeah,
certainly a
he's
very
opted
greedy
for-
roll, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Bill Gates roll. Double
Yeah.
tier 6, tier 5, but I think he'll be fine in this early game already, so much more peaceful early game.
Yeah, I mean, if the
And-
pace continues like this with all 4 players essentially just income King's Ending, then yeah, he's going to be absolutely fine, and then the roll will shine when you get to the late game.
And Drac kind of over pushing a bit here. Like normally you would like the plan is to get the Hellraiser, but he actually does have the right read that Finance really can't push too much because of the bounty. And the punish is just not there, right? Would have to be
Yeah.
long wave 6 into like double brute maybe, but like that's pretty far away right now.
Yeah.
And he's going for a full send here.
All this mask is gonna be a lot of like, I was gonna say dead value, but now that they nerfed them all in the term, like,
Yeah, yeah. It's not as dead.
it's not that bad, right?
Yeah. And Sagittarius showing off that gun positioning that he was flexing in the semis as well.
He is going to leak to these snails, though, I think.
Yeah.
Not too badly, but he will.
Yeah, I think Drakir is happy with that, right? You're Saboteur, you're trying to looking for
Oh.
everything, anything you can get.
That is a penny leak.
That is
3
a penny
HP.
leak. Maybe he can justify it, like if he had hit the last nail anyways first, then he would never have gotten it low, you know. It didn't really happen. So maybe a wave 9 could be on the cards, right? Like we expect Drac to go for the Hellraiser here.
Yeah. I mean, Fine and Sagittarius are both saving Mythium, so
No,
Wave 9 could
goes
be
for the
pretty
Badger.
deadly.
So opts to make himself way stronger on wave 9 like this.
Yeah.
Like weaker against a wave 8 like Mimic type send, but maybe feels like that's not the read. And
I
he
mean,
is going
even
for a
against-
full send again.
Even against a Mimic, like the Hellraiser tends to just kill the entire wave, right? Like the Mimic obviously is getting through, but Hellraiser just shreds on Wave 8.
It's kind of an optimistic full send into Sagittarius here. Maybe reading that he would full push, but he actually goes second Green Devil, and I don't think
Yeah.
there's any way 2 Green Devils and a gun leaks against income.
No, and the thing is now he can push, and if they do want to go for Wave 9,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
pretty nice.
they're going to have some pretty crazy Mythium counts by then. The problem is, Drakir and Lucy, they actually both have decent answers, right? So Drakir has the Tree Ant, of course, Tree of Knowledge,
Mudman as well.
very, very strong on Wave 9. And then, oh, I was going to say Lucy has Gate, but of course she's Chaos, so she no longer has Gate.
She gated, but she does. I mean, we'll see. Like, there's plenty of stuff that could show up,
Yeah.
like the gate.
I mean, if I know
The
anything
Tree of
about
Knowledge?
Chaos abusers, she is going to roll Gate again for Wave 9,
Yeah,
or
Mudman.
Mudman, or, yeah.
Yeah, dealer's choice, really. But yeah, she is very invested into this wave 8, whereas Drac is opting to play for wave 9. So perhaps a little, you got this wave, I got that wave scenario here.
That makes sense.
But like the thing I will say is Drac has been super high income this whole time. But obviously Fine and Sagittarius have been pushing a lot. And if they get big king damage here, it could be pretty bad.
Do we get a pro leak? No, not quite.
quite.
That's a shame. A very long wave,
Oh,
though.
maybe
Like the
they
AFK gun here
Yeah,
from
AFK
Sagittarius,
gun strategy.
making this wave last forever.
It's pretty cheeky.
Alright. Drakir does go for a full send as well, but these sends coming out from Slot Machine are
Yeah.
absolutely huge. We've got matching pack leaders, we've got imps, we've got hermits, oh my.
Yeah, Lucy's best option ends up being Tree.
That tree's
Kind of
pretty
surprised she
good.
goes for Wanderer. I feel like the full stack tree is just better, no matter what. But yeah,
Could
pretty
she not have
greedy.
afforded a Millennium here?
Maybe, but I think she just feels like she needs tank value, right? She
Oh,
has
that's
the
fair.
Coiler kind of for damage.
These sends are
And
pretty huge. We've got 320 for Drakir, 300 for Lucy. I do expect Sagittarius to leak as well against the double Brute, but I'm way more interested in these mega sends here for Drakir and Lucy. I mean, Drakir's Boom Tree does clean up half of the wave, but that's the
yeah,
only
it's not too
half that's
bad.
going down. That's an 83% leak. That's a matching 83% actually for Lucy.
Fine.
Oh, but Fine leaks half the wave to a Lizard. That's definitely Waldo deserving. This was about to be a phenomenal trade for them, but Fine leaking so much
Wow.
against so little, really
I mean,
kind
I
of
think
bailing out Drakir and Lucy.
They were pushed, right? He already got Drac.
Yeah.
Didn't need to get him the little extra Mythium, but they are going for this resam. They have so many workers,
Okay.
and yeah, I mean the builds look terrible on wave 10 here.
Yeah. I mean, we
And I
saw
think
Fine and Sagittarius's 1-2 punch work very, very well against King Dans and Wooderson earlier, but it looks like Drakir and Lucy saw that one as well. They've done their research. They're plus 90 value both here,
Yeah.
playing it very
Good
safe
enough.
indeed.
we have this,
But this is
this.
like
There's
on
a
dead
lot
value.
of dead value for Drakir, yeah. Lucy, though, I mean, Lucy's got some really good
Yeah,
units here.
I think it's more on Lucy to hold here. I mean, even the cat is very good on 10.
Yeah.
Like, it does a lot of damage.
I mean,
And obviously
Lucy's
the
just
Coiler and Zerker.
Lucy's easily holding, right? She's got really good value here for the wave. So it's all about Drakir, I guess. How badly he's going to leak with the D-hardened Mudman, with all of that AoE kind of being dead value for him. So that will be a leak, but honestly, not even that bad for
Could be
Drakir.
worse. Like, he got a lot of the gold here, even though
Yeah.
he's plus
I mean, it's
150.
But Lucy
It's not
holds
bad in
very
King
easily.
Age.
Like Lucy still has 400 value left alive in the mid.
Yeah, I think it's important to play safe because they also have. I mean, wave 12 looks pretty bad for Lucy.
Yeah.
So we'll see. What do they go for here? Because obviously they went for a save. Titan for Drac makes the most sense. Titan for Stagey as well. Probably
Magician looks
for
really
Lucy.
good for Lucy.
Really good, yeah. And yeah, I think Fine also has a pretty good Magician target. He's even trying
yeah.
to start the farm here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really nice Magician targets there for Fine. Okay. I mean, I like the way this game is developing. I do think that Drakir and Lucy playing safe there on 10 was really good peace of mind. And now they have a massive presser advantage. They're both north of 200 Mythium. Fine and Sagi are going for the old Income King play. But Drakir and Lucy, they are representing a real threat already here with those Mythium counts.
I think the problem is if they push off this for 13, they're going to be disappointed because obviously Fine and Sadie both look very good there, or they have good answers there. We have the Magician Hellgate, we have the Phoenix hidden away. But it kind of makes sense as well to try and protect their 14, right? Because Dragon and Lucy don't look great there.
Yeah, so
we'll see
definitely
what they
expect
go
Fine
for.
and Sagi to save here on 12, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they should be feeling good with like the gun
They
and
do
the
go for the income play. I feel like that's a misstep, right? Because they're both looking so strong here on 12, and like you say, this does now open up wave
Well-
14 potential for Drac and Lucy.
He did need that income to get to sell for Hellgate. I mean, he could have just sold an extra thing, to be fair, but we'll see what it means. Like, they can skip 13, it looks like, pretty comfortably. Like, Drac's plan probably is just Azuria for 13, and then they could go 14, but especially after they see this.
Why is Drax sticking on so low value? Like 1.4, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean...
He's playing aggressively for 13, right?
Yeah, I mean, his value, they have to go 13, actually. Yeah, you're right. He's 24 workers. Maybe he feels like he can get double 4-eye and kill the Phoenix?
I mean, he
He's
can,
very
right?
close.
He'd have to send the second one post-income, but he can.
Yeah, or
Wait, is
Lucy's
Lucy
playing
pro
one
leaking?
wave.
Alright, he has double 4 eyes in income then. Well played, Lucy.
Yeah.
Oh, is she going to pro leak here? Oh, there was 3! They were doing the old stacking
They were-
trick.
Yeah.
It was 3 mantises in a trench coat.
And it is double 4-eye, which usually means that you will leak them, but they may be able to kill everything besides the 4-eye. especially with something like a boosted Orchid as well.
Yeah.
He even goes DT anticipating that's just a good call, and I think Fine is kind of coping, but Drek is low value, so it will come down to the Poda positioning.
I mean, Drek's very low
And
value. Like, even with the Titan Azeria and the Hardened Mudman, he's very, very low value indeed. So is Lucy, actually. But Fine, despite the
yeah,
fact that Lucy and Drakir have been saving forever, Fine's actually the closest player to value here.
yeah,
They also
and he has
have.
Magician.
They're in a better position, like King-wise, right? They have more HP, they have
Yeah,
more upgrades. So if this comes down to a race, it should go in favour of Slot Machine.
yeah, and we can see that the Phoenix, I mean, very good positioning.
Oh, amazing. That's like the absolute picture perfect Phoenix there. Dodging the Four Eyes, tanking half the wave, doing infinite
Right.
damage. This is just a hold from Sagittarius.
Yeah.
Holy. They're attacking separate Four Eyes. That was maybe unfortunate. Lucy leaks 83, Drakir 63. And Sagittarius does leak. Fine leaks pretty huge, but this is what I'm worried about
They
over here
won.
on the side of Barnish Kieran. 42% HP on the King. No King attack upgrades whatsoever. They are donezo. So game 2, in storming style, goes the way of Slot Machine. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a series on our hands. 1-1 here in the Grand Finals.
Yeah, that 9 play was everything.
Really, really
Yeah.
exciting stuff. Let me just have a quick look at that Wave 9 again. Yeah, the 300 Mythium Sends on 9, absolutely demolishing Drakir and Lucy, taking them from 100, sub 40% HP. I mean, they did leak themselves, so it could have gone better, but it set them up for a really nice line there with the Wave 13 kill. Drakir and Lucy, I really like what they did there in terms of the aggression, trying to make something happen on 13, but unfortunately it did not work out for them. And as a result, Fine and Sagittarius do manage to even out the series with their YOLO and cash out gameplay. Alright.
Yeah, I feel like Lucy's build on 13, it's... See, that's the thing with playing Chaos. Like, you roll
Yeah.
APS, you have Magician, you want to put it down. But is Magician APS really the best answer for 13 if you're playing to hold?
Yeah.
Like, she could have gone for the Hellgates, which is probably holding, because the Cinder is so small, right?
Yeah, you needed one of the two, right? Like either the Zerker or the Hellgate.
Yeah.
Quite unfortunate, but you know, it's really exciting, right? And it does mean that we now have essentially a best of 3 on our hands. So again, for
Exactly.
any newcomers to Nova Cup, the grand finals is played as a best of 5. So first to 3 will win the series, and on top of that, we also use conquest format, meaning once a team has won with a given mastermind, they cannot pick that mastermind again. So both teams have used up YOLO, Barnish Kieran have used up Megamind, and Cash Out has gone for Slot Machine. So that kind of makes things interesting. It forces the players to pick all different play styles throughout the grand finals. And yeah, we'll have to see what the players have in store for us next. I'd certainly expect to see maybe a Fiesta coming out from Lucy, perhaps. What do you guys think?
Could be something to change up the early
Yeah,
game, but
we haven't seen Cartel Fiesta today, so
yeah, I think Fine and Sagi are probably gonna stick to their lock in random plus stash, but maybe we could see something different from Drac and Lucy.
Well, we're about to find out. These players are really keen to keep the show on the road right now today. There is no downtime in between games. So we are straight into game number 3. The scoreline is currently tied, and that means the grand finals is still very much up for grabs between these two teams. So with no further ado, game number 3, and there is that lock-in random from Fine.
Yeah. And it's actually Cartel for Sagittarius and Stash for Lucy instead.
And a lock-in random from Drakir as well.
That's the Archer plus the Looter, which is a classic.
Fine has a bit of an awkward role, I think, with that
Yeah, I
lock-in
feel
random.
like
He might have
it's
to
a little
re-roll
tricky.
quite early, I think. Drakir's actually re-rolled already on wave 1.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. He's gonna put down the looter and then maybe I mean he can already look for something better than Archer plus Bazooka as his damage sources,
Mhm.
right?
Lucy's role,
And
I think, is much better there. I really like
yeah,
the Archer and Chain Fist opening. I think it pairs very nicely and kind of plays itself, at least for the first 5 waves.
yeah. And Drac has completely changed, going with the gun over the Archer, which I think makes a lot of sense with his other units.
Yeah, the boar gun, it's an interesting combo.
Double gun openers here from Drac and Saji, so some quite slow openers really for those two players. They won't be able to afford the 5th worker this time.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, once again we see the 49 gold on Drac. Difference of Megamind
Mm-hmm.
and not Megamind.
They have already used the Megamind though, right? So he literally has no option.
Yeah, I believe Lucy was Megamind Sabo in game 1, right?
Yep, I think so. And Sagittarius did, I mean, he also has the gun looter.
Lucy does go for the post-income snail here, so Fine will end up leaking, but it's a very small leak. I do think it's kind of annoying, like when you're playing the
Yeah.
skeleton opener, you get the snail, because you can't push, right? So you have to stay on
Mhm.
5 workers, you have to accept the long wave with the leak, and it's like it's not bad, it's just annoying, you know? I'm not mad, I'm just
Yeah.
disappointed.
Yeah.
And 6 workers for Lucy. Pretty nice.
See what
Sagittarius gets out the Wild Shroom, whereas Drac has a Howler build instead.
Yeah, that's kinda, I was kinda
Yeah.
playing this. I mean, I guess it's
I
okay.
think it's chilling.
Yeah, he gets
Maybe
greedy
another
with the
snail.
Howler, but nice, yeah.
Maybe I guess he could have done the looter plus or the pack rat plus the howler. It's like slightly better maybe.
Yeah, but if I see another gun rat in Nova Cup, I'm gonna be not very happy. There's some incident happening earlier. Was it earlier this year?
Yeah.
Yeah. The
The looter buff.
yeah.
I mean, it was a big boy looter.
Yeah. Wave 17 can't handle one looter. But yeah, pretty peaceful so far, but now we have some Mythium Zeta. We're in the brute territory.
Oh, imagine instead of getting the Giga Mercs in Classic, you get Giga Fighters. Like you put like 100 looter and they become like one huge looter.
The looter
100
to
times the
end all
stats.
looters. They do just decide to go for income sends, though,
Yeah,
at least on the
but
side of Drac and Lucy. So Fine and Saji are going to be very happy with that. They do save their Mythium. And actually, if I'm looking at these boards from Drakia and Lucy, they look quite vulnerable on wave 6, right?
they
Yeah,
could
it's
be
not
wave
the
6.
best.
Even wave 7 is not the best when you have 10 hours.
Yeah. And they'll have a ton of Mythium for wave 7 if they want to go that route. But I wouldn't be surprised to just see double Brute from Fine and Saji both on 6.
Yeah, I think it makes more sense, right? But you never know.
I think they kind of have to send because their unit are kind of shit on 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Lucy's already
Yeah.
queuing up the full send, actually, so...
I don't think she'll get there, but it is, or she may get there.
A very, very long wave
Yeah.
indeed here. Fine going for the Pro League. Normally pretty good, and in fact Drakira is going for the income send, so at least Sagittarius should be able to hold. The sends coming out pretty huge though from Fine and Saggy. We already see the triple Robo there from Fine, the double Brute from Sagittarius, and let's see what Drakir and Lucy have to answer that. Well, Drakir's just spamming those looters, so X-God's dream may be coming true here.
Is this gun vibing? I mean, I would assume he knows the positioning better than me, but with quadruple robo send, like, isn't there a chance the gun just gets sniped?
Yeah, it might
Triple
be tanking.
brute, wow. I don't think Archer can hold triple brute.
No, I don't think so either. Pretty massive sends here on wave
Okay, the gun's
6.
vibing.
Okay, it does.
Yeah.
Doesn't tank anything.
It took like one Rocco for a bit, but he one-shot that Rocco.
All of this magic damage actually shredding the
Yeah.
pack rat spam there from Drakir, but he has killed essentially the entire wave, so it's only going to be one Rocco.
Yeah.
Oh, it was close to killing that one, and the sends, but Lucy leaking all 3 of those brutes and a couple of Roccos to boot. This will be some pretty serious king damage here, going the way of Barnish Kieran on wave 6.
Yeah, kind of off a wrist from basically Fine taking a big risk on 5, right? If that's like a power mix, then he's kind of cooked, but gets the Pro League to the income into long wave into 1 million send on 6.
And look at that, they're already down to half HP on the side of Barnish Kieran, so Slot Machine absolutely off to a strong start here in Game 3, keen to take the lead in the series.
Yeah,
Yeah, I find it surprising. It
Wait.
was like 2 Roccos, and 2 Brutes, and 3 Robos, and it's like half HP gone.
I mean, the Brutes and the Robos are just insane damage this early on, right? Like, they obviously fall off into the later game, but when you get those Power Mercenaries onto the King so early in the game, they're just absolutely lethal.
some crazy risks being taken here, but paying off. Drac and Lucy going for the save. Actually, whoa.
Uh-oh.
His gun
Drakir's
seems to
gone
have taken an
did,
early exit from this wave,
Did
but
take a bit of a dive, so he will be leaking against the Fiend send here from Fine. He probably doesn't mind though, like it's kind of a small leak and they are stockpiling their bricks right now.
yeah. It could have been much worse, yeah.
Are they saving again? I think they're saving again.
Kind of feels that way.
Oh no, we have the
there's
pack
no-
leader here coming out from Drakir. Lucy did not send, so I'm curious if she wants to go for maybe a post-income pack leader. That would be quite spicy.
Or maybe just minus 40 fine.
Yeah. I mean,
I think
if,
she just
if
feels like
Lucy
she has
does
no
just
workers.
save here, then Fine's in a really bad position on 9, right? Because he's hardening the Mudman here. He's
Yeah,
double
double
boosting the
veteran.
veterans. So
Like,
Fine,
he'll get a gate and nothing else.
he won't get that 40-year-old back either for the stim. But pretty
barely
big
didn't get
brute
the
sends
robo.
actually going the way of Drakir and Lucy as well.
Yeah.
So Sagittarius, I'm quite confident is going to leak decently here. The Firelord is tanking really nicely, but it does go down now. Meanwhile, the brute sends into Drakir and Lucy. This gun
wow, look at
surviving is
What a
absolutely
beast.
brutal. Sagittarius 42%, Drakir full holding, and Lucy, I mean, she's doing really well as well.
Yeah, but she was on 9 workers, right? Like, that kind of needs to be a
Yeah.
full hold.
She's on 9
ideally,
workers, but she's on 200 Mythium. So Fine is going to be in a pretty spot of bother, I think, here on wave 9.
Ghost Knight would be crazy, but I don't think she quite gets to it. Maybe
Not-
just
not
has
quite,
to settle for
not
the
quite.
pack brute.
Pack Brute is good, though.
And Drac
Yeah.
doing a
Well,
quick
does
check
have
to
it.
see if... Well, Sagittarius does look like he wants to go for the double hunt. I will say it would be extremely bad of him to leak here.
Yeah. The
But
double
he
hunt
does
is
have the bigger.
very greedy here from Sagittarius. Like, he knows that his teammate got saved last wave. He knows that Fine is pretty weak here with the D-Harden and the veteran wasted gold last wave.
Yeah, I mean, I think this kind of makes sense from Drac, but also, yeah, I don't really know why you would double, like, unless you're like, if you knew 100% that you're gonna hold here, then it's fine, but I also
Gear's
don't
also
like,
playing overvalue while receiving a Robo
yeah.
resend there from Fine, so that should put him in a pretty good position. But Fine, let's see how well he does here against the pack leader. His front line is absolutely crumbling. That is going to be a decently sized leak there from Fine, 96% in fact. Sagittarius, though, with the double hunt, he is going to Waldo. Oh
But
no.
just, but why? Like,
Yeah.
you're already so ahead, and if all you do is, like, you just need to hold here and you're vibing, right?
I mean, if those pack rats are both above ground, he's not just holding. He would
He's
actually have like a
covering,
chunk of value left alive, right?
yeah.
So he'd have been able to mitigate nearly all of this king damage.
Yeah. I mean, he does get some Mythium off of it.
He does. He does have 22 Mythium. So maybe I don't know. How happy would you be with that trade? You've swapped 40% king HP for 22 Mythium.
Yeah, not bad.
I personally would be very upset, but I know someone who would be taking that trade all day.
Maybe the extra snail will be what he needs on this wave 11.
And I know one player who's gonna be really happy doing that trade.
I feel like Drakir and Lucy might be quite happy with it as well.
Yeah, that's true. But this wave 11 has promise, right? We have not very good units here for Lucy. Obviously the LED will help, but there is
Yeah.
PTA involved.
You have
And
two aggressive spells. Pulverizer,
just
the
be
only
matching
defensive
sense, right?
option.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Full send from Drac and Lucy as well. So it is going to be all four players going for the send here. I wonder,
Wow.
will anybody be able to hold? Lucy's really far undervalued.
Crazy
so
value
is
numbers.
Sagittarius and Fine, actually.
But we do have the stash from Lucy to at least help out. I don't know if it's enough. Still minus 1 trillion.
Has she used
But
it yet?
Yeah, she just popped it this
Yeah,
wave. I think
Okay.
she was minus 600 before the stash.
Right,
Minus
okay,
500
yeah.
maybe,
So
yeah.
minus 400 even after the stash is pretty
Yeah.
brutal. They're receiving fairly big send. She does
Drac?
get the Lord of Death down, which is pretty good at killing those brutes.
Yeah, that's nice. And Fine has the Hardened Golem, which is probably like, even though he is lowest value, that is just insane on this wave, obviously.
He just
I
has
think
no
it comes
damage
down-
though. Like, I guess
Yeah,
the
he has the
Zeus
one
stays
Zeus.
alive.
But I
The
mean, at this
gun,
point, it's just like
really
a
nice,
it's just
but
a
this
raid,
this gun
right?
is
There's
not
no-
tanking.
This
No way
off
it's
tank
holding.
here from Drakir is
Yeah,
just
I
absolutely
think
perfect though.
Drac winning the positioning of gun
Yeah.
war.
Sagi's
Oh, wait.
leaking way too much. Fine, his
Fine
golem
is
has
leaking.
died, so Fine
But
will
look
leak
at
here.
this.
Drac is holding.
What a
That's
beast.
crazy.
Lucy leaks 66. Drakir is just full holding. That positioning there from him, simply incredible. So very clutch hold there from Drakir, keeping his team in the game. But more to the point, 17 creeps reaching the king of Slot Machine.
Right.
Are they just dead?
Yeah, I think so, right? And on the other side, just not quite enough. Like,
Yeah,
Drac would have
it's
had to go for a
close.
small leak. Wow.
That was one spell away from survival there from Slot Machine, but yeah, that is.
Don't want to say what mistake caused their king to be lower HP on the start of wave 11, but
Yeah, I mean, like these pack rats right here on wave 9. I think sorry. I think it's fair to say they did cost the game there. So Sagittarius, you gain 22 Mythium, but you pay the game for it. Ultimately, it seems quite unfortunate indeed. And then yeah, like they basically would have been able to survive, I think, and maybe the fact that Drakir and Lucy would have had a bit less gold as well from the Wave 9 leaks, they may not have been able to hold quite so well as well. So really quite costly there, the hunt. And if you think like the only difference it made is this thing's a robo instead of a snail, I think it's a pretty
Yeah.
easy decision, right? But look, I mean, this is one of those cases where a split-second decision can cost
Yeah.
you the game. And I think you talked about this already, Xcod, actually, that when you are playing at this level and everybody is just at the top of the game, wins and losses really do quite often come down to these really quite minor seeming decisions just making the difference between a game which is otherwise so close.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's trying to play perfectly, right?
Yeah.
Like he thought that he's always holding the recent, so he tried to greed out just a little bit more.
Hmm. Yeah, but he holdn't. So
He held it.
yeah, I mean, even if he had only hunted one, right, then he still
Yeah,
would have been
I think
able
he
to
would
hold
hold.
with a decent amount of value alive. But I mean, look, it's kind of easy to say these things with hindsight, but it's
Of
much
course.
more difficult to make those calls when you're in the moment, when you know you've got the pressure of the game on you, and you're just trying to play perfectly like you say, and sometimes it doesn't work out and you pay the price. But this does mean we have a 2-1 advantage in favor of Barnish Kieran. So Fine and Sagittarius, they need to win this next game if they want to stay in the tournament. Meanwhile, Drakir and Lucy, they only need one more game now in the next two, and they will be your Nova Cup champions. So we'll have to see as we progress into game number 4. Are you guys
Yeah,
still
the
hoping
stat
for game 5?
it'd be nice. Yeah, I think
Yeah, but at the
feasible.
same time, if Drac and Lucy just win, it means my prediction is gonna be right. So I don't
Yeah,
like
I
this.
mean my prediction's already wrong. Like they already got more games than I gave them.
I'm still hoping for the 3-2. Fine and Saggy,
Yeah, you can still win, Penny.
I'd like to have a chat with them in the winners interview, I think.
Yeah, Fine's always good for some interesting insight. I think. I
Hmm.
think he's kind of unique among the top players. How he's thinking.
I agree. And once again, the players are very keen to get into the next lobby. So game number 4 is here already. Let's see. Will Fine and Sagittarius be able to bring this series back to a tie? Or will Drakir and Lucy end up your Nova Cup champions here? Game number 4. Let's go.
Yeah, and Stash this time from Sagittarius, maybe feeling like the cartel. I mean, he almost had the perfect cartel game, right? Like wave 11 finish. But
Yeah,
so
Fine with the nice luck opening.
yeah, Chaos
Casket.
back for Lucy.
Why is it put a seedling here and not here? Is there a reason for that?
I don't know. I think everyone has their own spot. Like I think I saw here is a spot. I like this spot personally,
I'm a
but I
big
see
fan of
Yeah,
people do
this
it
spot right
here.
here.
Yeah,
I
I feel
like
like everyone
this.
has their favorite.
I've not seen this one before. Fine, truly unique, Offmer.
Yeah, fourth column is definitely a cook, but I guess he might have a reason
Hmm.
for it. I just don't know it. And ooh, I would prefer that to not be a casket opener. I feel like
Yeah,
I feel like he
Yeah,
has Oathbreaker. Just do this so you don't have two people with casket on their board.
yeah. Like
But he's in
Oathbreaker
his
into
reroll.
Windhawk or something like that. Oathbreaker into Sea Serpent. Does
Okay, he's
go
no
for the
longer in his reroll.
snail into the Giga value of Lucy, so that's a little bit unfortunate.
Oh, and he's gonna like the snail. So like this may be a very. I mean, he's already a free 6 workers, but look at
Yeah,
that early game roll for Drac.
yeah, very tasty indeed. Like the Crusher into 6 workers into Aqua on 3 is just super powerful.
Yeah, and he has just answers for everything, right? Like the Gate Guard is really good. Gate Guard Windhawk covering your 5, 6, whatever, and then Zerker as the pack leader or mole killer, and then the great answer for 10. I mean, 11 is the first wave where you're really having some trouble.
And yeah,
And he still has a reroll.
he's already on those 6 workers, so a
Yeah.
really strong start there for Drakir. Does get the snail in income, the only player with enough Mythium to do so. Now this I don't like. So this is like
This means,
guaranteeing that the
yeah.
seedling tanks,
This,
right? So
yeah. You really do want them alive for that damage. Unless Vine has some secret sauce that we don't know about. Which is possible, of course.
or rather, I kind of understand why. It's because the sitting has been nerfed so many times. Like after wave 3, he just wanted them to be a tank and just like die.
Yeah, I can see
for
that.
most of it.
I mean, they still aren't tanking. Both the seedlings are full HP, right?
But like he's gonna add a split here and he's gonna wrap
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I can see it. I can see it. Sagittarius dealing with the snail.
The Sagi's build just looks weird, right? Like 2 changes and
It's a little
that's-
awkward, yeah. I feel like he has such great tier 3s. Like, why not go for the tier 3 spam opener?
yeah,
Like what is he even adding here?
every
a
wave
tier
you add
three.
a tier 3, you push a worker. That's the true aviator
Oh.
style, right?
Yeah. and then you don't overpush, you get the upgrade, and then you turbo push.
Yeah.
This is
This is looking kind of
Well,
rough.
I mean, it looks like he'll leak the lizard here, right? And maybe
Or
the
maybe the
same
full
for
wave.
Fine. Oh, let's hope it's not the full wave. And Fiend actually for Drac here, so let's see how he does. I mean, if I didn't know anything about Drac is that he has his positioning down, but
Yeah, I mean the
it
fire
looks like he does.
elemental
I
is
mean,
tanking really
Oh
well.
no.
I don't know about the Archer, but I mean, he did keep the Aqua alive with the Archer, so
The crusher
well,
does
no, it
go
looks pretty
down though.
bad.
This probably will be a pretty
Yeah.
decent leak actually. But Lucy, she's holding
Oh, God.
easily. Sagittarius with the dodgy roll, he's leaking half the wave, and Fine with his. I mean, he does hold, but he's not going to cover any of this.
Oh, no. Oh, he got some of them.
Drakir does leak half the wave as well.
Yeah, I think maybe just a mistake from Drac, right? Like the fire archer positioning. I think he didn't have enough gold, right? He did the bony to hold with 6 workers against the snail, and then normally the fire archer goes like here,
Yeah.
so it actually tanks. But I mean, against anything besides a fiend, he would have been fine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of just like a sloppy early game, I think. Same
Yeah.
same for Kaji. I mean, like, what is going on here? Like,
Yeah, there's just a bunch of mistakes so far, but I like this from Fine, right? This is the classic with Casket Seedling, is like never get the upgraded Casket and just start transitioning your board.
Oh, Lucy's atom goes down pretty quickly
Yeah.
here on Thor.
We do have the protons, but the Devilfish is maybe vibing a little too long. Oh, I wanted to die
I mean, she's
earlier.
doing okay. She's going to kill at least
Yeah.
one more. And yeah, that's a small leak there for Lucy. I think she's absolutely fine. She has the 8
mean-
workers, the long wave not really damaging her too much.
Minus 100,
yeah,
right?
you
It's
have
probably not
those
too bad.
2 units. You kind of expect to hold income on 4. Like, those
Yeah.
are very good units.
A little sloppier this early game. I think Fine is the only one who has gotten away with 0 mistakes so far.
Don't say that. You're gonna jinx it.
Sorry.
I mean, 0 mistakes, but they are behind in terms of workers and pressure right now.
Yeah, he sold to get out the Harv. I mean, I like that, but I think it means that Lucy will just, they'll save here, and then Lucy will just income king him. Or go straight 8, one of those two. Neither of which I think you want to see if you're fine. For Drac, maybe like a wave 7 Mimic is looking kind of juicy, or just income next wave. I think both of
Yeah.
those are pretty fine.
Lucy's already
yeah,
clicked
Lucy,
the
instant
income send
reaction.
button, so yeah.
Same with Drac. I mean, I think it's the more reliable play against someone who's overbuilding, right? But fine, you know, when you overbuild, you should save your Mythium, and he knows that, so. Can look for a wave 8 play of his own. Drac flexing the new Fire Alley skin. Looks
Oh,
really sick, by the way.
It's a juicy skin, yeah. Have you seen it shooting like rainbow projectiles all over the map?
Yeah, it's pretty far. Elemental.
Brum.
Fine does actually doesn't opt for the Slime Mummy, actually goes for the Tempest instead. Maybe setting up like a shift for Firelord next. So you can get the Firelord for 8 and kind of transition his build out of these early game units. But what do they want to do with their Mythium? Because they do have the opportunity here of going a bit longer if they want.
Yeah, I mean, wave 8 could be really dangerous, right? Like if we're talking 200 plus Mythium Sends, which it would be at this point, Drakir and Lucy could be in a spot of bother there.
Sure. It does look like that's their plan. I mean, that's how they won the first game of the semis, right? Just straight
Yeah.
8, 200 cents.
Yep.
Oh,
the
and the new mole is probably really good against like a coiler board on 8 now, right? Because, I mean, it always did
Oh,
change
yeah,
the
yeah.
threshold, but
Yeah, I mean,
Well, actually, no, because it's still gonna be 3-shot anyways. No.
it may be just the same,
It's,
honestly.
it's actually gonna be worse because
Right, because you
makes
nerf the
3-shot.
damage.
Exactly, you're doing less damage.
But look at Drac
It's
already
not bad.
prepping for 8. No one in their right mind is building Priestess for 7, but I mean, just a really smart read.
well, he's a beast. But the
And-
Mythium counts are looking quite scary now for Fine and Saggy. Fine's already above 200. Sagittarius,
Wonder if
he's
he
not too
mimic.
far behind.
I kind of like Mimic more than Pack here, if you're fine, but
He goes for the
no.
pack leader. Okay.
Old reliable. I mean, you can't mess up with Pack. I think Mimic is more of like a... Sometimes it's just completely broken against builds
Yeah.
that only do magic damage, but...
Oh, Lucy's going for a full send as well. Fine, is upgrading your Leviathan the best thing you can do
That-
here, really?
It's probably worse than building two Tempests.
Yeah, or just like 2 stacks on this thing, right?
Or like, yeah, even like Slime Mommy and something
Yeah.
else, maybe? I mean, I can
like,
see
I
the...
don't- But like this
Yeah.
thing without any.
Like, what is it?
I
Yeah,
don't-
it's really bad stats, right? Okay, so
Hmm.
we just have a million Aquas here. I think
mean-
this come down to, can we kill a pack leader? Which
Yeah.
the answer may be no.
But Drakir's on over 1,000 value, so I think he's going to do kind of okay no matter what. His Gate Guard does die very quickly, so no second summon on that. The Priestess is tanking nicely
the
and
answer is
healing.
yes.
The Pack Leader does go down. The
And the
Aqua's
fire
doing a
just slipped
ton of damage to the backline. This is looking really impressive from Drakir. Lucy leaks 61%
Ah,
meanwhile,
that
but that's
sucks.
on low HP. And Drakir,
Yeah,
I mean, that's a
insane.
phenomenal performance there. He received 260 and barely leaking. That's a really good result for Barnish Kieran.
Yeah. Fine, at least holding the Paramerc Sen with his Leviathan build. I mean, the Sen was just a bit too small, right, to be really threatening. Not even like double brood or anything, but
Yeah, but that Big Sen didn't do much. I mean,
yeah. They don't go
like, it
for
did
resents
20%
here.
damage.
Everyone's saving. And Drac, is he gonna pull a little shift for Zerker type action here?
Looks like it.
This,
I mean, he
Lucy
doesn't need to
has the
build, right? He's
Ranger here.
already on wave 9 value.
Yeah. I
Fine
mean,
and Saji do
Fine
look
and-
like they've pushed fairly aggressively here, so wave 10
yeah.
certainly
They're
on
more
the
pushed,
cards
but
for
they-
them.
They also aren't that good on 10 themselves, right? I feel like
Yeah.
the play kind of rewards Drac and Lucy if they can hold. Because they might just leak them without doing anything. Uh-oh.
Oh, does he get the Harbinger summon? He doesn't.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, that was
Leviathan.
very, very close. But yeah, no summon
Right.
on that Harbinger. Fine, he's going to leak to no send.
Let Leviathan cook. Okay, it's not cooking.
It tried, but not quite enough.
Yeah?
This does
I
mean
think
that Fine
so.
should get a pretty big send, but Drakir, I
But-
think...
I think it's worse that Drac gets to pack, for example. Like, it
Yeah.
would be much better that you are the only one sending pack later in income. But, yeah, like, Saji gets the robo on top of it, which is
Mm-hmm.
like, well, if you were trying to send like a GK, then you would be happy, right, with the
Yeah,
extra
yeah,
time.
yeah.
But,
Drakir doesn't
So a
quite have
double
the gold
Berserker.
for a Fatalizer, but he does get the double Berserker, so that's pretty good for him. Obviously not quite the same power level as a Fatalizer, but he'll take what he can get at this point. Lucy's board, meanwhile, I mean, she has the Daphne, she has the Deep Coiler, but it has to be said the rest of her board is looking pretty bad here.
yeah. Oh, this guy's not too bad.
That's a lot of Serpents there for Saji.
Yeah, he did pop the stash here, so
Okay.
kind of all in here, and Fine actually went for Ogre King ups.
Fine is horribly undervalued. He's going to be leaking real bad. Will the
Yeah.
Serpents of Saji be able to chew through the boss? It's going down pretty quick, but so's his Serpent. He does get the
He won't
kill.
kill the boss.
Saji, I mean, Fine, he leaks everything. 91%. Drakir and Lucy, they both leak too. Saji leaking just the creeps is
That
pretty
helps a
good,
lot.
but they're still going to take a decent chunk of king damage.
But it
on
cost
the...
him his stash as well.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So his mastermind is now used up, right?
Yeah, I mean, it helps that he got the gold from this wave, and they kind of are an okay spot. They go for an income here, maybe expecting an AoE re, but I think Drac just, yeah, I mean, Divine Blessing Poda, like, why wouldn't he? And allowance, actually, for Lucy and Fine, maybe also... I think everyone just expected potentially a resent and played around it by taking the defensive option.
Mm-hmm.
I think Fine also had the option of taking Blessing himself.
I mean, even Lucy, right?
Yeah, with the LOD, yeah. I think everybody, yeah, honestly, everyone had the chance, but...
But why didn't Fine take the Divine Blessing on Phoenix?
Yeah, I think that's much stronger than anything else. Like, because then you don't need to do stuff like this, right? The little
Yeah.
Firelight can
Yeah.
actually tank on 11.
It certainly seems more value than 100 gold, right? Like a Divine Blessing
Yeah.
Phoenix with a Leviathan buff is just absolutely insane. So, I
And
mean, yeah,
Drek
I
didn't
agree.
show. I wonder. I mean, this is kind of tricky, right? The DK kind of protects the Phoenix on 12, and then the Phoenix kind of protects the DK on 13. So,
Hmm.
I mean, what's the plan? Straight 14?
Well, yeah,
Straight
they're both
15?
kind of weak 14, right? The Phoenix and the
Yeah.
Dragon Knight both are weak on 14, so I could see Drac and Lucy going straight there, especially
Yeah.
given Fine and Sagi went for a round of Income King here on 11, so Lucy and Drakir just not under too much pressure right now.
Yeah, and I mean, they aren't the best 14 themselves, right? We have like a bunch of like kind of mid units there, and like these are like it's also just not a very good build for both of them. So it may come down to a 14 race where like probably Fine and Sagi have like slightly more value because they have slightly higher income, but they will be sending less.
The worker counts are all pretty low, though. I mean, it kind of
Yeah.
goes to show in a sweaty game like this, no one's really able to snowball too hard. But
Yeah.
like 21 workers while going for an aggressive play seems fairly conservative.
Yeah, Sagi actually just pushed one to no stun, I think.
Absolute beast.
He feels, yeah, doesn't feel like he'll have enough pressure, and he's kind of opting into protecting 13. I mean, it's not like he has great arcane tanks for 14 either, but like he could start off like focusing on 13. Like he has
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good value with blessing here, and your teammate is Phoenix, right? Like you kind of want to play for 14 a bit here, I feel.
Drakir is really starting to fall behind in terms of value. And he's really looking quite weak on 14, honestly. Like a lot
He's
of it,
full shifting
yeah,
for an Avenger here.
a lot of it's going to come down to how well his Aziria can tank, though, right?
Yeah, I think that's kind of his whole board right now. I mean, the Avenger will help next, but
He is shifting like
yeah,
250 gold, so he's gonna be able to get the full Sovereign, which
yeah.
is was previously not shown on the board, so they might not be sending against it.
Well, here come the Sens. They're pretty huge
Yeah.
coming out of Drac and Lucy. We've got Ogre Pack Double Brute from Drakir. We've got double Four Eyes and some Brutes coming out from Lucy. So one Four Eyes at least will be straight on this Phoenix. Expect that thing to get shredded. Unless Fine adjusts his split, there is a possibility to kite those Four Eyes away.
Yeah, he's not playing for it. I mean,
He's
the
not
other
playing
option would
for
be
it.
like Pixie on top of the Phoenix
Mhm.
as
Yeah,
the
but he's
other,
not
but like,
taking anything, right?
well, no, if you do like Pixie here, Blob here, it should be fine. But I don't know if he wants to build a Pixie. But let's see. I mean, Phoenix tanking is not the end of the world. Like that is part of its job.
Yeah, yeah. But this Phoenix is going down a little bit too quickly, I think, for Fine's liking. The Four Eyes instantly locking on. That thing goes down real fast. The Slime Mummies at least do reach full mana here from Fine, so he will get value from that. In fact, he's just shredding the wave, right? I do expect him to
Yeah.
leak, but he's doing extremely well here. Harbinger did get second summon, won't get third. Lucy leaks 90%, but look at this, guys. Sagittarius with the full hold makes it look easy. Likewise for
What a beast.
Drakir, though. Only a few elementals alive. There will be king damage there on Barnish Kieran. Sagittarius, with all of that value alive, though, he's almost able to full cover for his teammate. So barely a scratch going on the side of Slot Machine.
Yeah, just not quite enough damage to kill the tank line. And the Orchids actually end up being pretty useful as like ogre tanks.
Yeah. Well, I think it's fair to say that that trade went massively in favour of Slot Machine.
Yeah.
Remember, this was a much longer save there from Drakir and Lucy. They did not go for that Income King play on 11, which Slot Machine did. So Fine and Sagittarius now in a very commanding position here. 76% favoured on the old Julesometer. They're considerably ahead in terms of King HP and King upgrades. I think Drakir and Lucy, they now need a miracle to come back into this game. But of course, guys, that's what we really want to see because it's a best of 5 and we do need Slot Machine to win here in order for that game 5 to play out.
Drac is faking a Sui.
Yeah, I mean this is.
Can work. I mean, they
it's
want to
just-
go
it's just
17.
leading To like no send here.
He may. He does have very good units. He may be doing I mean, he's super low value. Well,
I think there's going to be
maybe
enough,
he's
right?
actually.
Because the Aziri is
Yeah.
just backline now with all of this Aquas to tank for it. I think he's going to be able to clear just fine.
Does he bait in the send though?
That's the question.
Doesn't look like it.
No.
No, okay.
Maybe
They
it's
don't-
he honestly held too well.
It is going to force Sagittarius to build for 16 though. So he goes for these coilers
Yeah.
instead of, maybe spamming Oathbreakers or something. He even baits out the full Orchid boost there, so minus 40 gold for Sagittarius.
I think it will be on Lucy to try and ult 17 because Strack is fully invested in 16.
Yeah.
But I mean, Lucy's also investing in 16.
Yeah. I mean, she's chaos abusing, but they are expecting
Yeah.
the send here, right? Like, if you're
Yeah.
baiting the send that hard, the
Yeah,
minus
yeah, you have
700
to-
value
you have
from
to-
Drakir, you have to play for 16.
Yeah.
But only king upgrades coming out there from Fine and Sagittarius. The other part of this is, of course, with a nearly fully upgraded king, Fine and Saggi are just going to win anything that's like even close to being a
Yeah.
race, right?
For sure.
Alright, here comes the full sends, guys. We've got double Witch from Lucy, we've got Pack Leader coming out from Drakir, double Bear there from Saggi, and Needler from Fine. So which way is this going to go? I think the game will end on this wave. Slot Machine, they are comfortably ahead in terms of value, and obviously way, way ahead on the old King race meter. So, I don't know, I think this favours Fine and Saggi, but this end's coming out a pretty big all around.
Yeah. Lucy's trying to find a spot for the white main, but there's not really a great one. It looks like she's not even gonna get the white main out here.
Yeah.
I think it's a better choice than going for the boar because obviously the bears are coming, but let's see. I mean, Sagittarius probably favored to hold here, right? Double
Yeah.
DK, highest value. Kind of using his orchids as like a range unit to Zomba.
It died real quick though, the Orchid. The coilers all still being alive. That's pretty insane
killing it
DPS
over.
here. Like obviously they're basically paper if the wave ever attacks them, but crazy DPS. Drakir leaks 133%. Lucy, she is not far behind. That will be game 4 going the way of Slot Machine. Sagittarius, he does end up leaking, but he held by far the longest. And Barnish Kieran, there's no way they can survive this. So guys, we do have a game 5 on our hands.
Crazy game. Well,
Yeah, the
14.
blessing DK was just too strong.
Yeah, Blessing DK pretty overpowered, but more to the point, right? Is just Drakir and Lucy. They were really kind of struggling after their big wave 14 play because they were really all in on that. I think they went for a wave
Yeah.
10, which actually went okay for them, kind of even. But then they went straight 14. Sagittarius just hold and Fine barely leaks. Like at that point, they're just in absolute shambles in terms of coming back into the game. And unfortunately, despite Drakir going for this pretty ballsy shift on 15, trying to bait the 16 send, didn't work out for them, and ultimately they lose the race there on 17. So pretty back and forward. I like the way that Drakir and Lucy tried to make something happen there with the 15 shift, but ultimately did not work out for them this time. And that means we do have game 5 coming right up. So everything to play for now between the teams.
Yep.
And that was lock-in and stash being used there by
Yeah.
Slot Machine.
The stash kind of saved them on that wave 10.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they could have just died there, right?
Yeah.
I guess if
They're-
if Sagittarius tries to be greedy, then he never kills the boss, and yeah, they may just straight up die there on 10.
They were super low value, both of them. So they had to, like, one of them has to hold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really good presence of mind. I mean, it wouldn't have been the first time that we've seen a team lose because they refused to use their stash, right? So I'm really glad that Sagittarius did decide to use it here. And yeah, you could well point to that as being a pivotal moment in terms of them winning that game 4. But I mean, this is just the hype that we're all here for, right? The best of 5 series, going the distance, two very, very well matched teams, playing out all 5 games, and now everything comes down to this final game. Whoever wins here will be your Nova Cup champion, and the loser, unfortunately, will be out of the tournament. So, really exciting stuff. I'm still favouring Fine and Sagittarius. Remember, I called a 3-2. XGod, I believe you called 3-2 the other way around. So, I mean, one of us is going to be right here. I'm still thinking it's me, though.
Let's see.
So we'll find out in very, very, very soon. We're gonna find out.
Drakir is suggesting that his opponent plays Champion Badger this time around, so
Yeah,
maybe
I mean, you
trying
do
to
something like-
sabotage there.
Do something like start Champion Badger.
Yeah, and you add something for the wave 5.
Yeah, I mean, and then you can make up basically all the value through income alone.
You heard it here first, guys. We'll have to see. We're giving Fine some advice, maybe trying to bait him into playing Fiesta. Obviously, Drakir and Lucy, who can read the chat, would never see that one coming. So we'll have to see what they go for. But yeah, I mean, the players should be getting into the game pretty quickly. And then, I mean, we're about to find out who's going to be the Nova Cup champion. Is there anything obvious that you guys would like to see either team do differently here, or is it just so close to call?
Yeah, I want to see Cartel Fiesta. That's what it is.
That would be a spicy
Yeah.
last game for sure.
I
Well,
feel like the Wave 5, Wave 6 area is just like the most important part of the game right now. Like it seems like whoever is just gets the first longer save is just much, much more favored in the early game.
yeah, I would definitely agree with that. We've seen some pretty big swings, and there is the Fiesta pickup. So FC Lucy locking it in, gets a really good Fiesta roll as well. She's got options there with like the Atom, but also the Windhawk as well, of course.
Whoa.
And champion.
And Fine is
Badger.
on champion. Okay, no Badger, unfortunately, but he does have a really good Nightmare APS Gargoyle roll, so absolutely solid options there for him. And Sagittarius with
Wow.
the snail into Lucy's Fiesta. Absolute schnifter on that guy.
What a beast. I mean, that's gonna help.
Yeah, for sure. Rakir's got a pretty spicy roll as well. And Sagittarius is on Chaos, so, I mean, he's got whatever he wants.
Yeah, with DF Jack goes for the Poda here. I think it makes the most sense.
He does.
Especially with the consort. Yeah. And Lucy will go for the Atom opener.
Fine actually does not take the Nightmare here. That's really surprising. He's rather going for the Green Devil Star
Oh,
instead.
he's trying to champ the DK.
That's quite greedy, though. Like, it's obviously amazing when it comes online, but chances are he never plays that unit until wave 8 or 9 at the earliest. So then you're basically playing with no Mastermind for 8 waves.
Uh-oh.
The Snail send into Lucy's Fiesta, really good start there for Slot Machine. They're very happy to see this 75% leak here on wave 1.
Yep. You obviously are taking that every day. Makes it hard to go 6 workers as a Fiesta player as well.
And he even
Oh.
gets the next Snail in income as well.
You can't really Lucy can't really build.
Yeah, I mean, you can add another Proton, but those units are not so great anymore. They did get a really big nerf in
Yeah,
the latest patch.
I don't know about this. I'd rather just like upgrading the second Atom.
Yeah, I mean it feels kind of terrible to have this the upgraded one in the split. Yeah,
So
I mean-
upgrade this one, you just hold.
She even ends up selling one Proton there at the very last second, so her leak will be even worse than it needed to be, perhaps.
Yeah.
67% there. I mean, look, she's Fiesta, so it doesn't hurt as much, but still, these percentages are way too high, I think, for a decent Fiesta.
Yeah, it's not the start you want.
It's definitely the start that Sagittarius wants. He's getting a ton of gold from this.
Yeah.
Oh, Drakir with the Wave 3 Brute, though.
Yeah.
I think this is the earliest we've seen a Power Mercenary in the Grand Finals. Wave 3. What is Sagittarius' answer to this? Well, he has options. He's got
Aqua.
the Aqua, pretty solid. He's got Seedling as well for the added AoE damage. Fine, playing pretty greedy, but of course he has that Green Devil, so he should be just fine.
And Fine is trying to get out a 80 cent, but I don't think he's quite gonna get it. Oh, he just barely got it. Wait, is that? I mean, we added a gargoyle.
Yeah.
And
Lizard
a
will
buzz.
kill the gargoyle fairly quickly. The lizard dodged the buzz
Yeah,
past it as
very
well.
lucky.
Let's check out this brute. It is doing some serious work in Sagittarius lane, so that's a decent leak from him. 70% in fact. Fine is okay. Lucy kind of pro leaking. That's a decent fiesta for her, but
Got him.
the priestess goes down as well for Drakir. So first blood going the way of Slot Machine. It's not a huge amount of damage, but damage it is. However, I spoke too soon because Fine's Green Devil doesn't cover anything on this side, and a Brute on 3 reaching the King is actually a ton of damage dealt.
And a Brute on
Yeah,
4.
15% already gone.
So what does Fine have here? He has nothing. And his champion will remain in the grave, I think. He's got some rats. This is like Gun Rat, but unfortunately we don't have a ranged pierced DPS unit on 4.
We can always sell this and get a... Oh, he rerolled Nightmare, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the Brute sound.
This is trouble, I think, for Fine.
I mean, he smelled it coming, like he kept the Pack
Yeah,
Rat
he-
above ground and is tanking really nicely on that left side.
Yeah, it's really nice positioning, but I think he just has no damage, right? And the Brute
Yeah,
is just
yeah,
eventually
yeah.
gonna win.
Maybe he kills one more.
And Track is on 9 workers, by the way.
Beast. He does kill one more. Okay, I think Fine's okay with that, although he did stay very high value and still leaked, so
Right.
not ideal, of course.
The problem with him is, like, how does he get to this DK, right? He's just gonna keep getting sent until he sells the skeleton for something. Like, Lucy has a Brute queued up that might get there. And, yeah. Is he gonna build another Green Dip?
I mean, what else can he do? Like, he's got 120 gold. There's not much more to be done there. Even if he sells
Reroll?
his skeleton, he
I don't know.
can't afford anything.
Well, sell it for a Green Devil, I guess.
Amazing. He hunts as
And
well,
he'll-
so this
No.
Brute is going to catch him.
Yeah, and Drac is 10 workers playing minus 110
Yeah.
here, trying to ruin Sagittarius' game, which, I mean, yeah, he probably will, because this is like, I don't know, 180, 200 in income?
Yeah, it's going to be a massive send. And Fine's not looking amazing on 6 either, by the way.
Yeah, he's gonna have to, I mean, he can build a bunch of pack rats.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I mean, he's leaking pretty huge here. 67%
Yeah, this is-
to the resend of FC Lucy.
Yeah. Lucy is pretending like she's playing Saboteur. No king ups allowed. And we may see the wave 6 200 cent.
It's close. I think he
Nope.
had it, but he actually saves. Wow. Sagittarius is going to be in a bunch of trouble. He can drop a Nightmare here, which he does, and that's actually really good for him on 7 as well.
He does also have the God unit against Big Sense.
Yeah, true.
Like
Buzz,
only
the Buzz
chance you
Death
ever
Rattle lets you snipe out those Power Mercenaries
And-
pretty easily.
Or Fine. Trying to protect his team in here. Plus 80 with 3 pack rats and Lucy
Yeah.
skips on him.
Yeah. But Drakir has 240 Mythium right now, so like he has
Yeah.
Ghost Knight potential and stuff like that. It's getting
Pretty
kind of
toxic.
crazy this early in the game.
If there's like a pro leak in his lane, he could get to Centaur?
Wow. He's
I don't think that's holdable.
I mean, he's still on those 10 workers that he already had on
Yeah.
the start of Wave 5. He's just doing phenomenally well.
It is just going to be a GK.
It's a Ghost Knight. And Sagittarius just can never kill it, right? So for starters,
Yeah.
he needs to make sure he pulls the Ghost
He
Knight
needs to
right.
go upper split, yeah.
Yeah, so that the Nightmare can actually kill some of the wave.
Oh, we sold enough rats to get the champion DK out.
Ah, Beast.
But
So finally we see the Dread Knight. So he is going to be able to hold, I think it's fair to
yeah,
say. Lucy does add a
Lucy
Brute
is
post-income, but he's going to
kind
be
of a
just fine.
cope brute,
Yeah.
but like she went income so that she would have enough gold to build, which is smart. And then
The Ghost
went for
Knight
the
does
brute.
go left there for Sagittarius. So will he ever be able to kill it? I mean, the Nightmare
Maybe,
is there,
he's-
but it's
he did roll the
tanking. I
book for it.
don't think he can.
I think he's got it.
Just barely, though.
Ooh.
Just barely. And he doesn't kill anything else, so 112% leak there for Sagittarius. Now, it's all on fine. Obviously, he's able to hold his wave with this champion Shadow Dancer, but how much
Not
can
the
he cover
cover
in the mid is
machine.
the question.
He does have more units than he started with.
That is true. The Shadow Dancer has kind of popped off here. Those clones quite squishy, though.
Literally 1 versus 2 waves.
Yeah,
and I think it's
he
winning.
still has one pack rat alive, by the way. That thing's kind of helping over on the side.
I mean, I think it's enough, right? I think he's kind of out DPSing. Or
Yeah,
wait.
at this point
Yeah.
he is just out DPSing the wave, and the Robo never managed to get on top of the main clone. So, yeah, he just full
I
holds
mean,
with
that's
one
huge,
unit.
right? He denied all the king damage.
It's absolutely phenomenal. Remember, Drakia saved from like wave 3 till wave 7 for that. It did clearly damage Sagittarius. He wasn't able to push too much, but look at this. By far the most damaged by that play is Drakia. It was very all in.
Yeah.
He's also playing Cartel, by the way. So if this
Yeah.
game goes past like wave 12, 13, Drakia is going to be in dire straits, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of all on Lucy in the late game. And Drek is going for a full resend here. And the thing is fine, will have vampire APS for this thing.
Yeah. Now, Sagittarius did add even more value here for this wave 8, so could be rewarded. Will this thing stay alive? Oh, just barely
Yeah.
not. Oh, that's unfortunate. He's actually going to leak really badly. I'm super
Well, now Drek gets his
surprised.
gold back.
He has 900 value and he leaks 92%. That's crazy, man.
I think his tank value is just non-existent, right?
Yeah.
And then he has the Nightmare, which really needs tanks, the Atom, which really needs tanks. So, like, the Mole kind of... I mean, it's a pretty nice time for the Mole, right? But they do have a lot of Mythium to go for their own play. Which may just be this Wave 9 play, looking at their boards.
But yeah, like you say, Drakia's definitely back in the game now after another 90% leak on the resend.
Yeah.
And yeah, he shoots
wow,
up the
income.
power score. Income is pretty weird here.
I mean, I felt like they kind of committed for something, but then they just didn't believe in their play. Like, I mean, to be fair, he donated a lot of gold to Drac.
Yeah.
And Lucy, I mean, she's stacking up the Royal Guards. But her board would be weak on this wave against, a Big Sen, but...
The Golden Buckler doesn't have the ramping ability though, right? That's only on the upgrade.
Oh yeah, sorry, it's only on the Royal Guard.
Yeah. And only
But, I
income
mean-
from Lucy as well. Like, she had 300 Mythium here and just decides to go for the Income King.
Yeah.
So Fine should be able to push pretty decently from this.
But I think Income King makes sense, right? I think we already saw how broken the DK was on 7. And
Yeah.
it's also kind of a beast on 9, so...
Yeah.
I mean,
Well-
this game is kind of all about shutting down Fine. Like, you can only send on Fine's weak waves or else he'll cover everything.
Yeah, yeah. Fine is going for a full send here into Drakia
Same
on
with
10, it looks
Sagittarius.
like.
Or, no, Sagittarius.
Oh, they both save, okay.
Everyone changed their mind.
They were flirting with the Brute, but they do
Yeah.
decide to think better of it. And just as well, actually, because
Yeah.
Drakia drops his Berserker here on 10, so would have done pretty well against a Wave 10 send, especially when Fine didn't really have that much Mythium to play with.
Maybe pressuring wave 12 is what they need, right? Like, if they don't want to let 13 happen, because, this team's not that good on 13,
Yeah.
then it makes sense, right? Drac is weaker on 12. I mean, Lucy is good on 12, don't get me wrong, but they also can deny creditor value, right? If you skip 11, it's very hard to pick creditor, even if you're good on 11, if you're bad on 12.
And now, all of a
but-
sudden, Lucy's like miles ahead. She's on fire.
Yeah.
These power scores have shifted around a lot in the last couple of waves, and it really comes down to that Wave 8, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Lucy was in a good spot regardless, but yeah, that wave 8 really helped. I mean, it helped Drac the most, but it definitely helps Lucy as well. So Creditor for Drac doesn't even respect the idea of a 12 play. Like
Hmm.
he's just like, no, they have to income here and vamp for fine. I mean, the tricky part about having the second DK is like, well, you never got the first DK upgraded. And he
Yeah,
does roll the Badger, which is
beast.
probably the one thing his tank was missing. Unfortunately, he can't champion the Badger, so he may be at a huge disadvantage.
Yeah, that is true. He should be able
So,
to push really nicely from this income send though, so Fine might be in a decent spot after this.
ooh, and Magician for Lucy going for, I mean, this is pretty good value, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Can add some atoms or add more casket or more boom trees, so
Stick
I
the
like that a
nucleus
lot.
on the circle so that it gets the 50% attack speed pretty quick.
Yeah. So everyone taking combat strength on their board for their leader swap, besides Drac, who's taking the economic creditor advantage. It's tough to see it, but like I would think that Fine and Sagittarius can tell that Drac is probably creditor, because why would he take Vamp or uh yeah, he has no reason to take it, right? And he also has egg, like I mean,
I mean, you
he
could
could
have
do
like
something crazy.
a Zeus magician circle.
That's true.
It's possible, but he doesn't. He has gone for the cred, and it looks like he's going to be unpunished as well because they don't go for Ascend here, and Drakir even
Yeah.
gets the egg sack down on 12. So interesting stuff.
Is this a dead egg? I can't really tell. Like he doesn't have that much value if you get rid of the egg. And I mean, he kind of I feel like he has to build something, but maybe I'm
Hmm.
wrong.
But this game is just kind of slipping further and further out of control for Fine and Sagi's. It's
Yeah.
worth saying that even with the cartel penalty,
Hmm.
Drakir is still on par with income against both Fine and Sagi, while Lucy,
Yeah.
of course, she's miles ahead.
Yeah, and Fine, it looks like has turbo pushed.
The Azeria
Yeah,
does
oh
go
god.
down there for Drakir. Is this going to be a 50
That
gold
is
shot
a
down to
very
no send?
it's a very bad for him. He's losing
Yeah.
half the wave with his
Okay.
egg, and
Okay.
so I was technically right that he needed to build something.
Yeah. 50 gold shot down to no send.
That
Pretty.
that is really bad actually. That
Yeah.
that may be a very big swing. Like they kind of have some chances.
Oh, they're clicking the auto send button though. I don't know how I feel about that one for
I
Fine and
think
Sagi.
their chances just went out the window though.
Yeah, yeah. Like honestly, that unforced error there from Drakir could have put them right back into the game. But
Yeah.
this income king play here is, I mean, it's kind of just putting the
mean,
final nail in the coffin, right?
You're kind of just admitting that you are dead on 15. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, you have to at least try to hold pressure on 14. I feel like it's the only way. Like, I think Fine's, well, I mean, I understand why his build is there, but like, you have to upgrade the dude you put champion on.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that would let your build. Like, I don't think you want this catapult. Like, I would rather have the DK.
You just
upgraded,
want
right?
tank value, right? You just need to keep
Yeah.
that champion Dread Knight alive as long as possible.
Yeah, and I mean now they're just gonna get hard push 15,
Yeah.
and now the catapult is even worse, right? Because then your build. I mean, the only way you hold 15 is your DK goes infinite, right? And
Yeah.
the catapult doesn't really help.
Mhm.
In fact, it make
But Lucy leaking to the income send, that does help.
that's something. I mean, she's kind of she's kind of prepping for 14. I think she couldn't believe that they got incomed as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, I mean, it helps, but
Oh, they even go for another round of income king here on the side of Fine. I mean, surely we get the Dread Knight upgrade now, right? Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Okay. And then just another Batter Badger.
yeah, or maybe like sell for MPS this wave, and then, or maybe Badger and then get the MPS next. I mean, I feel like you want this to be an Iron Scales because it's on the Vamp APS aura, but
Mhm.
okay, so max Badger value.
Interesting. Okay. Very nice. Yeah. 666. Nice pings. They saved the rest
And-
of their Mythian though. Fine
Yeah.
and Sagi. I mean, they have basically 4 king upgrades already, so that's pretty understandable.
Yeah, did Sagittarius roll any juice along the way? Not really. and definitely not on this. I mean, he can put the DK down.
I mean, Fire Elemental's better than ever on 15, right? It's full magic
Yeah,
damage now.
it's probably if he wants to hold, it's his best possible unit here. I just don't know if he. I mean, you kind of have to commit, but also
Yeah.
like your board is about to be terrible.
He
So
can
if you
build
leak
3
here,
Fire Elementals, and it looks like that's what he's doing.
yeah. I mean, the thing is like you're probably still gonna leak, and then
Yeah.
instead of like, what is your board? Like fire elementals. Like, I mean, the Skybot is maybe a way to try and get to the late game, but
Yeah.
other than that, the board is really poor, right?
Double Iron Scales on the APS Lifesteal Aura, though, for
Yeah.
fine. They do finish
Shaman
the
Deep
region.
Flare.
Descends are huge, though.
Mole? I don't really know if I understand the mole. I feel like with the Shaman
Yeah.
Ether, you kind of want them to do damage, but I mean the mole is dead in 2 seconds anyway. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, the mole does
let's
go
see.
down already. We are going to get... Oh, we're not going to get the snipe on the Shaman. That is very, very unfortunate indeed. And this
Are we
Needler is
gonna
just
snipe
going
the
ham
boss to
over
death?
there. It's got the 5 stacks.
Yeah.
The Fire Elementals do kill a lot, but that is 150% leak for Sagi.
Honestly,
And
like
DK's dead as well in Fine's lane.
if that catapult was just more tank value, I feel like he low key had a chance.
Yeah, yeah,
If
like
his
this-
DK went crazy.
265 gold, right? So it's like another Badger and a couple of Gargoyles.
Yeah, or like I think he has. Yeah, I mean, just like a little more time, and like he maybe can get to the shaman, and then. I mean, they're alive. They can play for 17, I guess. I would think they have to. Or, yeah, they're pushing, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm pretty sure 17 is their only play, right? It's Fine's strongest wave, and I think their only chance.
Yeah.
But Drac.
But Lucy and
unfortunately-
Drakir are ready for it. Like, Drakir's overvalue with Boars and Doomsday, and
Lucy
Lucy
would.
is shifting a casual 800 gold here on 16. So I think she's going to be fine too.
Yeah, I mean, her plan is just to build a million boom trees, I think, for
Yeah.
which is, not a bad plan. And I think, honestly, I mean, I think they will always skip, but like, they probably should do some king ups, I would imagine. They have some spell already, but like, I feel like Drac is very allowed to just do a couple king ups, right? Because Sag is probably the weaker player. And they will try this end here. 4 eyes, maybe a GK. But no bear against the boars is pretty nice for Drac, right? He'll actually get a lot of damage out of that.
Mhm.
And the full ogres into a flying force build?
Yeah, that just gives Leviathan something to single out, right? But, I mean,
would've
Drakir and
thought
Lucy,
something
they
like
do
Witch
go
was better.
for the skip here, so
Yeah,
an undercut would
I-
be very nice.
I would like to see them do the rest of the king ups. I feel like that's the simplest way to make sure nothing horrible happens.
Yeah.
Like skipping, I think is correct, right? Because you don't really want to give the DK like if you income or give the DK a chance to hold here,
Yeah.
then they're gonna super hard push for 19 afterwards. But like this, you can control the game.
And they do max those king upgrades, so let's see.
Just playing good defense, right?
I mean,
And the
700
board charge
cent
is
for
huge.
Drakir,
But,
860
I mean, this
for
Doomsday
Lucy.
is farming.
I don't
so
know how I
much
feel
splash
about the
damage.
pack leader upgrade actually, because it just gave the board
Yeah, I think
charge
it just
insane
nuked
value.
the Doomsday just kind of nuked the wave, right?
And then the pack leader just died instantly. So
And
like,
all the ogres disappeared in half a second.
yeah.
I mean, it's still a leak, right? Double Hades is not very good on. Wait, is it?
I mean,
You got another
it's a hold on
summon?
Drakir, like easily.
Yeah, and it's also a hold for Lucy. It looks like
Oh
so.
no, that's devastating. So Fine and Sagi,
Right,
like,
yeah.
I feel like their chances are kind of gone now.
I think wave 20 is the simple solution, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they could also just go 19, I guess, but I don't think you want
let's
to.
be honest. Drakir and Lucy can do whatever they want at this point.
Yeah. Fine going for the best 18 tank value the game has ever seen. And Sagittarius, I mean, yeah, I feel like all 3 games I've seen Chaos, maybe 4 even this series, it just doesn't look that good. Like, I feel like these builds that they end up with just don't look that good. I don't know if it's just that they can't get anything going in the early game. Oh, he tries a pack leader here. Maybe just trying to cheese a shutdown
Yeah.
and get some gold, because maybe he realizes they're probably not going 19, actually. Drac actually added a Pyro here. Getting ready for 21, it seems.
Just something to slay those pesky imps, I think.
Yeah, that's actually a good call. And
it
they'll
seems
go
he-
for Income King, but I think Lucy and Drac will save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this just feels
Maybe.
like absolute desperation now on the side of Sagittarius and Fine. Drakir and Lucy absolutely in control of the game. Jules giving them a meager 4% win probability. I don't know, man. Like,
It's also rough because Drac and Lucy are very strong on Fine's strong wave, so you can't even go for a play like double Sui because it's not even gonna work, right?
Mhm.
Like, is Fine supposed to Sui into this guy? Like, or can you Sui into this board as well? Like, it's rough.
and just look at those Mythium counts as well on Drakir and Lucy. Like, Drakir nearly 2,000 Mythium saved up, and Lucy around the
Yeah.
1,500 mark. This is going to be absolutely devastating when the send comes, and they
Drake
do
only
decide
got
to go
one
on
shot.
20.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the king killer, right?
Yeah.
You send Shaman, you send a million range stens, or you send a million tanks, and either the boss kills the king or all your range stens do. And now those looters aren't looking quite as good.
Mm-hmm.
Sadie
Yeah.
does roll the halo.
He does roll the halo, but he's also 3,000 under the recommended value. So I don't
Yeah.
know quite how much the halo's going to help you there. He also has an interesting frontline trebuchet, so that's not going to live up to its full potential either.
Now we do have the boar charge. Maybe there's like a world you can snipe some of the range sends, but there are no range sends, actually just full damage.
Mm-hmm.
Or full tanks, I mean. And yeah, Kraken is great against all the Aquas, right? Just spreading out that AoE.
Yeah.
And same with the bear, right? Just healing up all those boys
Yeah.
on the back.
The Trebs are only playing on 5 stacks as well, by the way, so way less
Yeah.
DPS than could
Oh,
be possible. Does kill
he
the
did
Shaman,
snipe the Shaman, yeah, I think that was his goal.
but he's also
and
leaking a full
DK
HP boss. So
Yeah, I mean, full HP boss on one side and the boss and all the needless on the
yeah,
other. I think
this
that's-
is easily enough to kill them.
Well, but they did just get 500 gold back from Lucy, so...
I mean, they can have
Maybe.
500 gold next month, perhaps, because I think this month's Nova is over. Varnish Kieran taking Game 5 in style here. Slot Machine, they played very, very well, but unfortunately, this will not be their month. Your August Nova Cup champions are Drakir and FC Lucy. So congratulations, Varnish Kieran. Some really nice overbuild and starve play there, something that we haven't seen for a while. When was their last set? They went 15, got a ton of leak gold, and then 15 all the way to wave 20 from Drakir and Lucy. Very,
Oh.
very interesting stuff.
11, 15, 20, I think.
Yeah. Let me see if we can get these guys in for the winners interview. All right. What do you guys think about that final game then? XCOD, I know you kind of disconnected halfway through, so
Yeah, I mean, my lobby kind of just like kicked me out at wave 4.
Yeah.
Then I heard you guys talking about wave 7, and something happened, and I joined Twitch chat, and it's kind of weird.
yeah. He play
Hello.
around with this thing over
Yo,
here.
yo.
Hey, welcome guys. Congratulations, Drakir and Lucy. This is back-to-back Nova Cup victories now, right? You guys took the July Cup. You've got the August Cup now as well. Barnish Kieran are back, you guys, playing in very, very strong performance. It's just incredible to watch. Well played.
Thank you.
Lucy,
Kind of
rate
surprised.
my Norwegian, by the way. Bosun kind of taught me how to pronounce Barnish Kieran. Do you like that twang, or is it still terrible?
He does it better.
Oh, he is Norwegian, yeah. So that kind
Kind of slacking.
but I'm really interested in your approach to the cup this month. I think The early game aggression is definitely stepped up another notch. I think last month was already more in that direction, but this month it seems like the early game is just so important right now. And like Offma, you talked about it already. The wave 6, 7, 8 sends tend to really dictate the pace of the game. Like if you can get a mega leak on one of those 3 waves, you're already favoured to win the game, and you guys clearly took big advantage of that. Like Drakir, we saw your was it Ghost Knight on 7 there into Sagittarius? Yeah.
Yeah, and the
I didn't
Mole
even notice
Resent.
the
Yeah, the mole resend was absolutely devastating. Actually, like he kind of was okay after the Ghost Knight. You can afford something like that because you saved so long for it. But then the fact that he leaks 90% again to the resend after adding value, like he added, I can't remember, 100 or something, and still leaked full to the resend. Like the game's just over at that point. What more can you do, right?
Yeah, kind of noticed. I think, yeah, like you said, so many games are just like very starvy and aggression based, which we're not super comfortable with, honestly. Like we kind of liked our Wave 20 Nova Cup games from the past, but
Income King.
we're adapting, you know.
We did make it to wave 20.
Yeah, we did see a
Last
wave
game.
20.
Yeah, like those are comfort games, more like.
You did do a little bit of a naughty overbuild and starve there, though, with the 15 into
Yeah.
20 at the end. But I mean, having said that, like you were already 50 workers on wave 15, so it wasn't too much of an overbuild. Let's be honest. But yeah, I mean, I think that was actually the first wave 20 we've seen in this month's Nova Cup cast. So, you know, if the developers are trying to speed the game up and make those early game waves more important, I think it's fair to say that you've achieved that goal. So fair play. And do you know what? It's really exciting to watch as well, right? Like when the early game is so important, when there is so much aggression and power mercenary sends and all of that. I think it just makes the game more interesting to watch. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, definitely.
It can get a bit boring too sometimes when it's the same every game.
Ogres
Yeah,
on
like
7.
it does
Can't
feel
play
like
castle.
it definitely does feel like you kind of have to starve in this meta, at least in the tournament meta. Like the games that we didn't, like in the day 1, we kind of got stumped. So like against Slot Machine, actually, we like got 2-0 because we didn't really respect their aggression. They sent like pack leader and 8, and we just kind of lose the game.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
So then I went for the GK on 7.
Yeah, if you pack leader me on 8, I'll GK you on 7. That's real one-upmanship. But I think the ladder meta is still quite different, right? So there's still a lot of income-heavy play on the ladder. But when you get into these Nova Cup games, it's just like chalk and cheese, like completely different. There's a lot of early game saving. And obviously it helps when the team has a game plan and you're going for like big king damage on a certain wave. But it's really interesting to see like how that different play style plays out. And, you know, like Lucy says, maybe if it's like that every game, you might get a bit bored. But for now, at least, it feels like a breath of fresh air. I do think we've had a bit too much of an income heavy meta for Nova Cups over the past few months. So for now, at least, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, totally fair.
And I'm curious, do my co-casters have any questions about how the finals played out?
I guess I'm curious, like, what did you feel? How did you feel about the Chaos games? Because I think every game someone picked Chaos, they lost. Is it just too bad in the early game?
It's kind of just when it's Giga Starve, it's hard to play Chaos.
Yeah.
Like you can't really make your board strong enough if they're saving on you.
Yeah, that
that's
makes
It's
sense.
very, very hard to scale and build a good enough board, unless you get very lucky.
Or just hit
So
forehead.
Chaos I felt very bad.
Yeah, like Saji was Chaos as well in the last game, right?
Yeah.
Had like a little bit of a unfortunate board.
Yeah.
Yeah, personally, I feel like the meta, it's definitely getting like faster and it's less income king. some of the portion is because they nerfed a lot of the early game units, so like you kind of have to like if you're just income king, you're the other team will be able to pressure you a lot, so it forces people to try hard more in the early game, which is sometimes good.
True.
Yeah, I think we saw a lot of more Brood on 4 type of stuff.
Yeah.
And
Brood on
I mean,
3
it's
on
good,
4.
right? Like, I feel like people have been too accustomed to having like bad 4 units and making it through wave 4. Stuff like, I don't know, like tree, cat, stuff like that, just getting punished a lot harder.
Yeah. But even stuff like Fire Elemental, which has historically been like basically unleakable on 4, now with the change to full magic damage, you can actually break that on 4 and pretty nicely on 7 as well. So some of those like super powerhouse early game units have changed to some degree, and I also think the change to Safety Mole makes it an absolute menace in the early game, right? Because it basically had its stats doubled in this patch. Like the aura's changed, but the stats of the mole itself have doubled. So you get one of those bad boys in your lane, you're going to struggle to kill it, and it is going to do some serious damage as well. So I kind of think that sort of change has spiced things up as well, and it's really interesting to see. So fair play there for Team Ninja Kiwi, Team Legion. It's keeping things interesting for sure. And yeah, Drakir and Lucy, you clearly have a pretty good handle on the meta, at least in day 2. Maybe your day 1 games went differently, perhaps. But a really well fought grand final here. And of course, fair play to Sagittarius and Fine. They gave you a damn good run for your money, right?
Oh yeah, totally. I think we benefited a lot more from Conquest than they did. It's like after I think the fifth game was hard for them since they had like not that many comfort masterminds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Fine was like playing champion without champion until wave 7, which was pretty rough.
Yeah, that's also a bad champion role for sure.
But when he revealed it, oh boy, with the fully holding his wave, fully holding the 100% leak in mid as well, right?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, okay, I guess that's pretty much all we have time for on the stream this month. So once again, a massive congratulations to Drakir and Lucy, this month's champions. Extremely well deserved. Shout out to everyone who's played this month. It's been some really, really fun games to watch. And everyone in the lower divisions as well. We actually had a record-breaking number of teams signing up for Nova Cup this month. Was it around 200 teams, Drakir?
Yeah, I think we had like over 200 teams sign up.
That's amazing.
I think checked in like 150 people, so that's like by far the most like teams we have ever had in the Nova Cup.
That's absolutely
really cool.
Fantastic. So clearly a bunch of the players joining us with Epic have signed up to play Nova Cup as well, and that's amazing, and I hope you've all really enjoyed your playtime. By the way, massive shout out to the tournament organisers behind the scenes, so Schnerd, and big shout out to Slinky Dinky as well. So he's the guy who coded the tournament check-in bot, and he actually made like a last-minute change, was it yesterday, I think, or the day before, to update the check-in bot to handle so many teams signing up. So just those sort of things that go on behind the scenes to make Nova Cup run smoothly is massively appreciated, and without those guys, Nova Cup would just be impossible to run at this scale. So huge shout out to them, obviously to Team Legion for making the game, sponsoring the tournament. It's just fantastic to have this kind of tournament scene going on. And finally, a big thank you to my co-casters Offma and XGod. It's been a pleasure. Thank you guys. So enough from me. Anything from my co-casters?
No, just congrats to Drak and Lucy. Thanks to everyone who's helping with the tournament, because it was a lot of fun, and it's always a lot of fun every month to watch and cast.
Yeah, extremely. Well, it's a best of 5. Everyone played super good in the grand final, and even though I want to point out, even though it was the best of 5 grand final, we still finished like super early. Like now for me, it's only 3:40 something p.m. and usually the Nova Cup finish at like 5 or 6 p.m.
Yeah.
So it just shows like how fast the games are in the current patch, which is it's a fresh air. It's a good change.
Yeah, we need to get you and Ashton back in, man. I feel like you guys thrive in this sort of environment. Maybe next month.
Yeah, we're probably gonna play. Maybe next month. You're right.
Yeah.
If I don't end up working on a random Saturday, yes.
You can always work on the Nova Cup, get that sweet cash prize. Drakir and Lucy, final words from our winners.
I would like to thank Fisselberg for running it down 200 elo before the finals. So I got some good karma.
Yeah, the good karma.
Yeah. It was clutch.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Drak?
Well, for me, as always, thanks for organizing to all the people involved. It's always great to see how everything is going on with the Nova Cups. They're very active now. So yeah, thank you everyone, and thanks for the cast as well.
Awesome. Well, on that note, guys, that is all we have time for this month. So once again, make sure you are here for the September Cup, because if this month has anything to go by, it should be a hell of a lot of fun to watch. And remember, you can always sign up as well. We handled 200 plus teams this month. So a big recommendation to everybody watching in the chat. If you feel like taking your chances and playing some Nova Cup games, please do sign up. We have 5 different divisions, so there is something for everybody there. Get yourself involved. It's a lot of fun to play. Until next month then, guys, for now, goodbye, and we will see you in September.
Bye bye.